Viewer discretion is advised.
This episode does contain themes of vomiting, hiccups, drunkenness,
Mainly hiccups.
inebriation.
Mostly hiccups.
You guys just heard it right there.
They're still going.
And black women getting hit. Welcome back, folks.
Beautiful.
Woo!
Welcome back to the Hispanic on Paper podcast, episode 61. My name is Marcos.
My name is Kashi, and also...
I am Aidan, and right next to me is...
That was...
She got sprayed. And also Sky.
Yay!
Yay!
Woo! Woo! Sky is on, folks.
I just broke a nail.
Oh, that's awesome.
You
Right off the
She
bat.
really did.
Did it go into the drink? Or are you fine? Oh, we're good.
We call that a garnish. But heck yeah. All right, welcome
So
back,
yummy.
folks. Yeah, we have episode 61 coming up for you
Yeah.
today. We're just, goofing off. We got another 4-person episode. We
Yeah.
know the last one was chaos, but we're going to run it back.
Yeah.
cameras now.
We
Yeah.
just love the feeling.
Yep.
Quick disclaimer: if you are looking for a Latin empowerment podcast about socially aware Hispanic issues that are going on, whether it be political or be social, we are not the podcast. We are just two goofy guys growing up and bringing on people that we love and wanting to just kind of share that with you guys.
I love you guys too.
I know, we
So-
love you. So if you're watching this on YouTube, this is also available on Spotify and Apple Podcast. And if you're listening to this on Spotify and Apple Podcast, this is available on YouTube. Hit that subscribe button, leave a like, all that crap. Yeah, this is it. This is what we do. We document ourselves growing up and to look back on and go tee-hee. Welcome on Aidan. Aidan's a longtime vet. I think he's episode 42.
Wow. Not only in the friend group.
Yes, yeah, a friend group vet and a podcast vet.
Yes, very, very
You've
true.
been on twice now if we count the Cali round robin episode. But,
Yes.
and Sky
Sky is not only our production assistant, production manager, I should say.
she's also our friend.
Yeah. And my girlfriend. We be dating. We be dating.
They go on like cute
Hell
dates
yeah.
and shit.
Yeah, we be like going out. But
Yeah.
so thank you guys so much for joining us. So we always start off with a banger. I don't know if you've listened in a while, but
been a
I do
minute.
this new thing where we start off with like something wicked controversial.
Oh, okay.
So I always kind of do like bang, like loud right off the bat. Watch this. Ready? Marcos, how was your week?
Oh, damn. There it is. See how fast it comes at you?
Is it really? Yeah.
Woo.
Buckle in.
My week was great. It was
Good week?
Yeah, it was a great week. One of those where you float through it pretty good. I saw the Demon Slayer movie with Sky and Miranda and all of my coworkers
That's cool.
over the weekend. Yeah, so how they did it, I guess, was a little different than what I was used to.
The movie?
The movie,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
The movie was actually just 3 episodes. It was literally just 3 episodes.
Interesting.
It was the last 2 episodes of the second season and the first episode of the newest season. So it literally just ended off, and you got to watch the biggest fight happen again in theaters, and then you got to watch the new episode. Yeah,
So it was only like 20 minutes of new content?
20. It was probably only no. It was that episode was probably a good 45 minutes.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
So it was an hour 50. The
But
full
it was
runtime.
in the movie theater?
It was in the movie theater.
That's,
and I loved
that's
it.
pretty cool.
So
Yeah.
it wasn't the original movie being played again in theaters. It was a whole new
No,
setup.
it was
That
it
was
was
that's what I thought.
yeah. No, it was a brand new thing.
Very cool. And what'd you think? What'd you think?
I'm excited for season 3.
First
Sky,
of all,
what are your thoughts?
He gave me shit for watching the last season on my phone, but I purposely didn't want to watch with the sound system because I knew that we were going to be rewatching it in the movie
that's
theater.
pretty
So I
smart,
wanted to
actually.
experience it for the...
Okay, yeah.
That's pretty smart, actually.
My rationale was like, hey, we have this bitchin', and I'm going to use that word. Oof. Yeah, pretty bitchin' sound system. And honestly, when we first got it, and I talked about it on the podcast, the first thing Miranda and I did was just go back and watch our favorite anime fights, juiced up audio all the way to
bass maxed, everything
and-
maxed.
Yeah, and now I'm going to go back after she's watched it in theaters.
Yeah.
I'm going to take her home,
Be like,
and
yo,
we're going to juice it again.
replicate it and be like, yo.
Oh, no, it's going to be 3 times as good.
Dude, I'm so
in
excited.
In the living room?
In the living room.
Oh,
so have you
man.
not? You
Yeah,
haven't
I haven't
even
seen
heard
it either.
Oh, you
I
guys.
don't-
It's not when the fireplace got installed.
I don't.
Oh, you boys. need to,
I've watched football on it and I've been like, whoa.
No,
but,
you boys got to come over one day. We'll figure it out.
I love it. I love it.
Marcos' place
Now.
used to be the pad to hang out.
Yeah.
So we used to be there all the time.
A little bit of group lore.
Yeah. So shit.
Yeah, it's kind of how it starts.
I'm sad now.
Well,
Yeah.
we all lived at home with our mommies and daddies.
Yeah.
So we wanted to go to the most fun mommy and daddy.
Yes.
Yes.
We did do that.
We also had some
Your
pretty
place
cool. We had some pretty cool dogs 2 of which are like pretty miscellaneous looking.
Meat
The
dog.
third one, meat dog.
Meat dog.
Now ending the screenplay, watching
Yeah.
the curtains close,
Yeah.
the movie ended, and that was the end of my week. And now, Chris, how was your week?
It was very good. Thank you. It was a great week. Real quick, if you're watching this on YouTube, and if you're listening, you're gonna hear me getting up a lot, and you're gonna see me getting up a lot because now that Sky is like on the camera, now it's up to me. Now
yeah.
I'm her errand maid. Just be like, yo, start and stop cameras. But yeah, my week was good.
If you screamed him loud enough, he might come.
No way. Okay, I actually did not have a good week.
Oof.
Let me think. Wait. I'm gonna reset the cameras for 1 second. 1 second.
Remembers his week.
He walked into class and was like, "Bad morning, teacher." Everybody, good morning, bad morning.
Bad morning.
Not here.
Takes an apple that you're going to give to your teacher. Takes a bite out of it.
No, puts like a rotten onion. Yeah. Every student has an apple on the front right corner of their desk, and you just bring a rotten onion and just smash it. Just bad week.
You're not gonna get the stand right.
Bad morning. What happened?
She unscrewed the stand.
Oh.
Popped it really loud. I was like,
I'm so sorry.
No, it's good. It's good. So check this out. I meant to bring this up last episode. I gently grazed over it, but I got a second job, and
Yes,
the grind.
It's so rare that every single person in your life unanimously agrees that like something's a bad idea. Like you really shouldn't do that. Like when you're on a roof and you're like, dude,
It's
should I jump
rare.
in this pool?
Yeah.
Usually about 50% of the people are like, do it. Do it, dude. Jump, dude. you
There's
got
the
it.
voice of reason.
Yeah, exactly.
The bystanders.
And then all your parents are like, don't do it, mijo. Get down from there. But
Calm back down.
yeah, exactly. So I got the second job, and it was a pretty decent setup to start with. And what I do is I spray for bugs from 7:30 a.m. to about 3 p.m. every day.
He doesn't
Monday
spray
through Friday.
at bugs.
I spray for bugs.
For
yeah.
bugs, not at them.
I'm not murking them.
What's in question is what does he spray on the bugs?
Chem?
Is it your chem?
Yes.
Nice.
Homemade.
Homemade chem.
But yeah.
Studied my enemies for
Homebrewed.
30 years.
So then when I got set up, I was like, okay, well, I have $6,000 in student debt left that I'm just trying to get rid of. So I'm going to get a second job for just a couple months, maybe a few months, and crank it out. And so I'm doing 7:30 a.m. to 3 p.m. pest control. And I signed up for Home Depot overnight freight shipping,
Overnight gang.
9 p.m. to 5:30 a.m.
got
So,
soft hands, brother.
Yeah. So I full on sent it.
The work, right?
And that's Sunday through Thursday. So
Wow.
I've sent it eyes closed, head first. Set a 9.5-minute timer, just so I don't forget. Sorry, but yeah.
9 minutes and
Oh,
30 seconds.
whoa! I didn't want all that. Sorry. Anyway, so I started last Wednesday. First shift actually went pretty decent. It's the easiest job in the world. Home Depot is the easiest. The overnight, so easy. Just turn your brain off and go. It really is easy.
Fulfillment?
Yeah, what do you do?
Restocking?
So a truck comes up. The earlier crew, the 7 to 11 crew, unloads the truck and then puts everything on like these carts. And then when you get there, you take a cart to the aisle that is labeled on.
Oh,
Yeah.
I used to do that at
Stocking.
Target.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
And just grab the.
U-boats.
Yep. Yeah. And then you grab the item, put it at the bay that it says. You grab the item, you put it on the bay that it says, over and over and over again, all night long.
Wow.
And it's not necessarily difficult by any means, but like, yeah. So that first night I flew through, no big deal. Then the second night, where that first night I got 40 minutes of sleep. I slept for 40 minutes, and then I went to pest control, crushed it, killed it. Then got home. I slept for like 2 hours, worked out, and then that second night I was like I was like falling asleep standing up, and I'm like, yo, because and that's when I'm a little bitch when it comes to sleep. I'm a little bitch. I need minimum 6 hours, otherwise I'm fussy.
I think that's a human being trait.
Yeah,
I don't
that's
even-
true. I know, but there are people that could like go 3 days without sleeping, and it's just NBD, and you're like, dude, what the hell are you? You hear
Different
about
beasts.
for real. You hear about these college students that are like, yeah, I slept for like 2.5 hours last night and the night before.
Yeah, it's all Adderall
Yeah.
powering them. You don't need to sleep when you're basically on meth.
Yeah.
You don't need it.
So this past
Essentially
week,
meth.
oh, by the way, today's Friday, March 10th.
Yes.
So yeah, we're not recording on Tuesday this week, but
Slackers.
so I finished. Yeah, I worked this whole week. This was my first full week working, and I just can't do it. I cannot do it. So I already requested to go down to part time, which is It's only going to be 2 or 3 nights a week, and it's going to be 2.5 less hours a week, so it should be good. But oh my goodness, I was a zombie this week. I can still feel it like in the back of my head, like when I when I lift something heavy, I'm like, ooh, dude, there's sleep deprivation in that. But last night I got a full night's of sleep, and the night before I got like a decent night of sleep. So I woke up this morning feeling like, like let's go. Yeah,
Good.
yeah. I got 7 hours of sleep, and I was like, yeah, no, I'm a god again. We're happy.
After volleyball, I got the best sleep last night.
Me too.
It was literally just like I woke up and it was just one of those where you want to set an extra alarm. You're like,
Oh yeah,
forget whatever's going on today. I'll figure it out.
yeah. I'll be late.
Yeah.
So my question is, did you pass out before Sky managed to make it back to your place? Because you dipped out.
Oh yeah. No, Audrey. So Audrey and I started walking.
Yeah.
Audrey gave me a look. She made eye contact with me for a half a second, and I was like, "Let's go."
Yeah, you and I.
And her and I just gave like a
moving.
and then we started walking, and I was like, "Don't look back, don't look back." I was like, "They'll start walking. Don't look back."
And then we did
We
not.
did not.
And then
We did not.
they definitely didn't. And then her and I were just like, let's just leave.
Yeah.
And then we just left. And
So
then that
so
was it.
what
It was
happened?
perfect.
It was that whole thing from my perspective was me and Alton went to go get his stuff, and then we come back to the circle, and I was like, oh hey, where's Marcos? Oh damn, we took too long. Damn, that sucks. Where's Marcos? No Marcos. That's too bad. All right, socializing, hanging out with my friends again,
Bye-bye.
and then I was like, hey wait, where's Audrey? Where's my girlfriend? And Alton gave me a side eye of like, bro,
First.
you were way more concerned about Marcos than Audrey, and I was like, I
Oh.
don't know, it's easier to see Marcos.
It's because Marcos is just a little guy.
Same presence.
Look, it's a park.
look up.
yeah, so that worked out, but yeah, no, yeah. So my week, all in all, emotionally, spiritually, a good week, but physically, I got my ass handed to me. But Aidan James Pace,
Oh shit.
the light of my life,
Middle
Gover-
name.
Full government name.
Government name.
it's out there for you.
Oh, fair enough.
How was your week?
Yeah, no, there's nothing to complain about. It was a great week.
Yeah,
Had my long work week.
That's
so
good.
got my long weekend, my 4-day weekend.
Nice.
Yeah. All I have is work right now. I'm working,
good.
grinding, trying to move up and either leave the company that I'm with or go and move further.
that's exciting.
There you go. I love that.
Thank you. Yeah.
Do you want to get promoted?
So I'm actually
Have you like weighed that? What is promotion for you? Like how much of an extra?
I just realized that I am actually next in line to be promoted, and
perfect.
the next promotion is the shift lead.
Ah,
Can you give a
rat's ass about that work?
no? No.
Well said. Well said.
Can you give a simple rundown of what you do and like who you work for, but like not the company?
So I work for a company that is a semiconducting company, which is basically the creation and process of making computer chips.
Chippies.
Nice.
And I'm currently just the lead for a certain fabricatory, a fabrication unit, however they describe it as.
Yeah. Not a high school girls' locker room.
It's the Fab Lab.
That's
It's where things happen.
We do some
and
stuff
dreams
things
come
there.
true.
or a girls' locker room, which is the fabrication area, which is where lies just get spewed and spun and extricated.
I
But
can
Funny is
confirm.
act-
I can confirm.
What's funny is that still happens where I'm at, even in the fab.
Really?
But no, I just recently realized we had some complaints and issues with our current supervisor.
Ruh-roh.
And I ended up having like over half the shift talking about this person and going to above him.
Oh.
And I ended up having a meeting with my boss, and then I left, and my employees were like, "Hey, like, how'd it go? Like, we thought you were being offered this new position." And I was like, "Oh my god, like I am next."
I am
in line,
next.
aren't I?"
That's funny.
Oh wow.
'Cause I was getting to the point of leaving this.
Yeah.
this-
So you weren't even thinking about upward movement. You're just like, yeah,
because the only
more
upward,
outward.
The only upward the only upward movement at this rate is to be taking other people's positions or waiting until they're open.
Or they get promoted.
Sometimes, I mean, sometimes you got to step on toes.
Especially
just
when my
better.
work
Yeah.
environment. No,
You're
it's
like
I think
it's a
that's
lack of better and more of the environment, the work environment being not to the standard of this company.
I think that's why I like working.
I get that.
Yeah, I totally get. I think
Yeah.
that's why I like working for companies that are growing, because that way, instead of needing positions to get filled, like there's the company's
making them.
exactly.
Yeah.
The position's being made with someone in mind to already like take that position. You know.
Yeah. No,
So
I get that.
I think that's why, like, because I mean, aside from working for Nike, you know, the last two companies I was working for, they were growing companies. So like, we were on LinkedIn. We're like, okay, well, we have to make up a job description. Like, what do we call this? Branding specialist? Sure. Boom. Whatever.
Cool.
Hey, can you do this? Bet. Instead of being like, hey, he's gonna retire pretty soon. We need to get someone else.
someone
You gotta
to
start
train.
thinking about
Exactly,
that.
But yeah.
So would you entertain the idea of being a lead? Have you ever been a lead before in any job that you've worked in?
So I'm technically a lead for the fab that I'm in.
Oh shit, okay.
All the like I have employees under me. I have people that I give commands. One of the craziest things is giving commands and orders over somebody who's much older than you.
Aren't they goobers?
Oh, that's so. Yeah, I said that
Ubers.
when I first started my 2 jobs ago. It's people twice my age, and I'm like, hey, knock it off.
Okay.
Do this.
Hey, I
Like,
need you to make your moves.
And meanwhile, I was 19 years old,
Yeah.
and I was
Yeah.
like, hey,
Stop it!
yeah,
You can't do that.
make sure you do the paperwork properly next time.
I feel that every single
Yeah,
time.
exactly.
It's like, oh, I really have to tell this person with a wife and kids at home that they need to do their work.
Dude.
properly.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna go home and play video games. Yeah.
Meanwhile, I've got nothing that I have to worry about at home. Like,
My peers are so different from like myself because
Yeah.
it's just like a lot of them are mid to older 20s.
Yeah.
Some 40 and above.
Yeah.
Like, but what's it called? Like having them just being like, hey guys, I'm fed up. We need to have a talk, like
Yeah.
as a team, blah 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 blah. And then
Yeah.
it's like, bro, fucking get my banner in Apex right now. Like I go home and I play games with these
I'm
guys.
carrying you. I'm
Yeah.
carrying you.
That's
Come on,
funny.
come on.
Yeah, I'm literally like,
That's good though. That's such a rare environment.
I
You-
think
you,
that's
such
you're
an
in a
interesting
good work environment.
Yeah.
I'm truly could not be more blessed to have.
you never
like,
hear
those
about
guys.
that.
Yeah,
Because you only hear about the shitty part, but
they're
you're like,
so cool.
yeah, that's funny. Very
That's
cool.
good. And so I guess I would be open to the consideration. It's all about pay, right? Like, make it worth my while.
Yeah, exactly. And then Mrs. Evans, the look for what I'm going to be doing.
Yeah.
I'm worth X amount
I
extra
think about
for
that all
doing
the time. I think about that all the time. So basically, she said something to the effect of, they were like, yeah, so we're kind of starting a new project. We're actually going to need your help on it. So if you'd be willing, we'll send you all over all the details that we need.
Come up with this by here, this date.
And she's like, oh my gosh, absolutely. I love stuff like this. Yeah, no. And whenever you're willing to send over that email with all the details to me, I'll send you an email back with all of my requirements for since my position is evolving, so should my pay.
Absolutely.
So, and I just, when she said that, I was just like,
My position is evolving,
yeah,
so should my pay.
Yeah, and she said that on the podcast, and I was just like, damn, that's tough.
know what you're
Mrs.
worth.
Evans, have a great day.
Only one person,
Mr. and Mrs. Evans.
only one person here hasn't been asked about how their week was. Would you mind?
And I think we need to.
I could probably set that up. So Skylar,
Oh, not
You just did not like that,
No,
yeah.
I don't.
Skylar Page,
Please.
Yancey.
Please. I thought I wasn't going to get outed
Government
for the
name.
government name
The
because
government
no one
name
else
is
knows it but
out.
you.
Yeah.
Can't
But fuck
escape
you.
it.
your middle name's Paige.
Yeah.
It is Paige. I was named after a disabled child
What?
that my mother liked.
Okay. If they
Yeah.
like them. Is it the karma mentality of like,
Can I get the
I
story
made fun.
behind that?
I imagine.
Dude, there's no story.
There's cameras. I can't laugh. I'm like,
I know. I was out of frame when she said that, so I was just like, oh man.
my mom just had this friend when she was younger
oh, okay.
who was disabled, and she just really liked her, thought she was really sweet. So
I respect it.
thank you. So when it
Interesting.
came down
That's
to
a-
picking names, she was like, I liked Paige. Let's give you that.
That's
for
cool.
Do you all have children names planned out? Because that's a
Big
that's a
time.
good leadway.
No, I wrote one name down.
I hated the name. I hated the name Riker.
I hate the name Riker.
Riker.
You
I
just
hated
know-
that name.
You know, no.
I lost
Yeah.
my virginity to a girl named Paige.
That's weird.
It's interesting because I thought you lost your virginity to me.
All right, guys.
Classic
I'm
boys
all
banter.
for this conversation.
Good week though.
Yeah, my week.
He said, "Good week." Though. The anti-segue,
For sure.
the anti-segue, just
Gotta do what you gotta do.
I spent my week fighting for my life.
dude.
Started off-
real quick. You're reminding me of Coda right now from Brother Bear, like the way you're telling the story where he's like, "It was one of the coldest, most freezingest nights of my life
Ever.
Yeah,
I actually was cold, but my body temperature was not.
hit me.
I started off like my sinuses felt like clogged,
Eek. Eek.
and then
She got boxed out by the common cold.
102.3 fever.
Oh.
Body
hot.
aches. Couldn't breathe.
Oh.
Just fighting for my life. He FaceTimed me.
Fighting.
Podcast,
Keep going.
Podcast ad libs.
I've got ad libs.
The hype man.
Oh my god, please. Yeah. So I'm feeling better now.
You
here.
better. Like,
Yeah. No. I'm not trying to have any flashbacks to like the first time I met you guys. So
Oh, we should tell
being
that
really
story. Will
cautious.
you tell that story, please?
oh,
I will tell that story. Just give me 1 second
Yeah, yeah.
after my week. Okay. I got a new job at JCPenney. I take portraits, so if you want me to take photos of you, family photos, those awkward couple photos, I would love to take some of those. Awkward friend photos.
We talked about
come in.
we talked about squad photos.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be
that'd
super
be
good. We all get
sick.
dressed up.
Awkward. No, awkward though. Yeah, they
No,
have to be awkward.
Please, I'm like fiending to take some awkward.
I love
photos.
that.
Nobody matches. We're just.
No,
it's
so
gotta be
bad.
like we have to recreate like our prom photos that we did.
Okay.
That'd be
Where
cool
Chris
too.
and I are holding each other front like
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I'm
Man.
talking like rugby shirt with basketball or rugby shirt with like spandex pants and clown shoes.
just horrible
Just
looking.
awful. Everyone.
Oh,
at the
we go
bar,
to
we're
you know what we do? We go to Goodwill. We
Yeah.
assemble the worst fits for each
Yeah.
other,
Oh, yeah.
and we go get photos
Yeah.
That
taken.
is
Yep.
really good.
That's what I'm. Yes.
Oh,
no.
Goodwill
ASAP.
photo shoot.
The only
All right.
problem with that is I can't be in them, but I will have fun taking photos because
Wait, why
I
can't you
get
be in
paid.
them?
If I'm taking the photos, like I can't. I need you
Sure.
guys
Why
to
not-
come in
why
and
not
take the photos
timers?
to practice.
You
We
have
don't-
coworkers, right?
I do,
That's
but
true.
you guys are coming in so that I can get the practice. So
That's
it would be
true.
messed up for you guys to come in for me to take practice photos, but I take the photos with you guys.
How much would that be?
So you're going into this photo shoot not expecting to pay for the pictures, but if you do end up buying them, they will be discounted. So
homie
I
hookup.
think
Oh, for the practice
yeah,
shoots.
for the practice.
Oh.
And then
Okay.
I haven't asked about my employee discount yet. I don't know what that is.
I mean, because what do you?
Dude,
what do you,
I'll get a canvas blowout in my house.
Yeah, me
like,
too. Yeah.
I didn't realize how expensive canvases and shit
Oh.
were.
Oh no, it's crazy.
For
yeah.
canvas prints.
Yeah,
like
canvas prints,
nice canvas
metal
prints,
prints,
big
like-
ones. Yeah,
If
they
you-
get up there.
Crazy.
What, so I don't. What are you like? What is the company paying for when pictures are being taken aside from labor? Because you're not like printing them out. Like there's no film.
Electricity for batteries.
Yeah,
No.
exactly.
Comes with the building
yeah,
space.
SD space.
It's probably all overhead.
That's a good question.
So why'd you make her think she just got hired? and You're making her think about the logistics of the
so
business.
like this is
Yes.
why I got in trouble at Main Event when I worked at Main Event, which is a Dave and Buster's type place. So
for anybody who's
there
not
was,
in Arizona.
there was a secret shopper or something like that, and I just gave him free laser tag.
Yeah.
And then my company approached me. They were like, "Hey, listen, I get what you're doing. You're a good kid. You're just being nice, but you just can't give out free stuff." And I was like, "Why? What about
Why?
what about laser tag isn't free?"
Yeah. Yeah.
They're like, "What?" And I was like, "It cost us $0 after all of the vests and everything are made. Everything's been made,
Yeah,
right?
everything's
Paid
been made.
for it. They probably made their
If
money.
you're
Cost
paying- if-
electricity.
Yeah, you're paying me $11.70 an hour to go.
Push a button.
All
Audio.
right, start game. Go.
Yeah.
Everything's up until that point has been paid for. So
Yeah.
giving away laser tag isn't really a thing after that. That's
Kind
how
of-
I felt. But
kind
yeah.
of a fake
I
term.
guess
Yeah.
you're paying for backgrounds and props and we have to sometimes for some photos you have to literally be laying on the floor to get
Yeah.
angles and standing on ladders and
That's cool.
and then we have edits. There's
Yeah.
some enhancements where you do
Okay,
border
okay.
collages that kind of stuff.
Okay,
Okay.
that's cool then. I like it then.
That's what I think. Touch ups.
yeah.
Yeah.
Quality.
That's the quality you pay for.
It's a good job that you like it.
Yeah, no, it doesn't feel like a job.
That's good.
That's-
You're just
that's-
enjoying
that's
yourself.
the point.
That's
Yeah.
so
I love
important.
Yeah.
that. That's awesome.
Doesn't that JCPenney's just smell awesome?
That one in particular, or just
Yeah.
It's just retail stores. I just have a hankering for fresh
Dillard's.
clothing.
Whenever I'm in a Dillard's, I have a nice little
I just think of the SpongeBob
or
episode.
gyms.
I don't
the
get
rubber
that.
the
The
rubber
gyms.
smell. You
I
walk in.
don't smell anything in gyms because all I smell is my pre-workout in my lungs. Because I'm walking in and I'm like,
For me, I just
The
think of
smelling
the
salts.
SpongeBob episode where they're running through the mall just getting gassed by the So
That's a gas mask.
dude, I haven't. That's so funny.
You know what makes me laugh about that scene is when the JPEG hand comes in and pulls off the gas mask and then sprays him. It does a.
Dude, SpongeBob was so ahead of its time.
That was
I
my
didn't
favorite
realize.
show as
I
a
didn't
kid.
realize that the guy who voices SpongeBob plays Patchy the Pirate. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that
That's
this
him.
whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Looking back, I was like,
He's the guy with the he's like the real guy.
yeah.
And he's a parrot.
really?
Yeah, that's the voice of SpongeBob.
Yeah.
That's him.
It's perfect.
I guess I've just seen a different person do the voice of SpongeBob now.
One thing. So, Sky has been wanting to be a guest on the podcast for about 7 months now.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah, cheers, by the way. Thank you all for being here. Love you all.
to Sky
To Sky and Aidan.
and Aidan. I love it.
Yeah, that was one of those where it... All right, I'm going to start from the boyfriend's perspective.
Yeah.
You don't know where stuff is going to go. You have zero idea
Yeah.
on the state of things, the relationship.
Yeah. And we're young. We're young.
We're young. It happens to be like that.
All three of them is better.
To where...
Oh, that works too.
To the point of like, okay, she's asking to come on the podcast. I'm like, yeah, I'll entertain the idea. I like that idea,
Yeah.
Sure.
But what happens if we post it?
Yeah.
What happens if we post it and then something, God forbid, like,
Yeah.
gone,
Yep.
and then I got to delete an episode and then everybody's like, what happened?
Yeah.
Because
And just like whatever.
yeah, we'd have to relabel episode names,
Yeah.
stuff like that. It'd just be like, it'd be too much back end work. So I was like, okay, let's get to a steady
Yeah.
place.
And it would also just be
solid
shitty knowing that like
solidarity.
you're looking at your podcast thing like in Apple Podcasts and it's like boom, 70 episodes and then you're looking and it's like, oh, episode 70, episode 69
Is
And
gone.
you're like, wait.
Missing.
Huh.
yeah.
Interesting.
And then
You
the
know?
that's also to complement the gap in my memory, like that you have to make.
Yeah,
You know
exactly.
what I
So
mean?
like every time you see that, you just have to be like, damn.
damn.
Yeah.
That exists.
We did
somewhere.
us.
So Scott, yeah, it was a long time in the making of her asking and
Yeah.
wanting to be on, and yes, we
Yeah.
finally got her on. And
Yeah, and we're stoked about it. Thank
we
you for
are.
coming on.
Thank you for joining
Thank
us.
you for
You're-
letting me be here.
Yeah, you're a
She-
huge part of the podcast. So.
She prepped a lot of notes.
Yes, I'm looking forward to getting into them.
I did.
So, but with that being said, I think we do have to come back to how we met.
That's true.
It does have to make a full
How
circle.
did this all start? Marco swiped right on a Tinder, and
He knew.
I said some corny line, and then I was like,
He
all
said
right.
something along the lines of Sky is like the perfect name to like do cute shit like in like winter. Something like that. Hold on, I actually have a screenshot.
I bet. Track it
Wow.
down.
Yeah. So basically, we met
Pull
on
out the
Tinder.
receipts.
And honestly, I have no problem. I don't know why people find it taboo to say it, unless your parents
Meeting
are.
on dating apps.
Yeah, meeting
I
on dating
get
apps.
it. I get it.
Actually,
no,
don't have
So
a
here's
message,
the
just
problem.
first message. That was sent.
Here's the problem with that though. Is like, hey, you're still people.
Yeah.
It's not like, why do the stipulations change based on the
Yeah.
place that you met? You're gonna tell me that you met, let's say some guy named John out in fucking Nebraska. It's like,
At the gas station.
I met my wife Tammy down at the old Spit Shine bar down there.
Spit Shine.
He has no problem telling that, but me, I'm like a young handsome gentleman, and
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, look, I met her on Tinder, and I have to be like,
Ew.
I have to lie and be like,
Yeah.
we met through friends. I'm not doing that.
We met at an ice rink.
Yeah, no,
No.
it's like, hey, we met on Tinder. We started talking.
Yep. Oh
The-
wait.
It was
Yeah.
literally the
Fatty ol'
least
swipe right.
the least dexterous movement that my body could ever make in my entire life. While I
Yeah.
was probably just
Scratching his belly button like, oh, she's hot. Yep, she's hot. Yep, she's hot.
it was
Oh,
yeah,
flint.
like gorilla.
she's a little big. Yep. Whatever. Right. 280. Sorry. Continue, Sky. So,
Sky found it.
how did that go from your perspective?
Did you find it?
I don't have the photo of the Tinder message. Only like the first messages.
Okay.
The only screenshot that I have from Tinder is this message where this guy said to me, and I quote,
Oh, I already know.
Please, Sally.
"You are so cute. I'd suck your dad's dick to get the recipe."
Wow. You're not dating him? Sorry, that's fucking. How do you not? How do you not immediately get like just so interested? Like, wow.
Oh,
This man's
Got
willing-
that intergenerational riz.
Man, that's tough.
That's horrible.
My eyes are literally watering. That's so bad.
That's the onions of talking, like cutting onions
I know,
verbally.
Man shot his shot and missed like a mother.
I honestly like that's one time where I was like, I pray on that guy's downfall.
Yeah, for real.
Like, I pray on his like.
he's
he
using-
bricks every shot that he has with a baddie.
He's using Monopoly money at like Caesar's Palace. You're like, buddy, That ain't it. That's
can't
funny
take
though. That is funny, nonetheless.
Fun fact.
Yeah.
I think it's an experience.
Yeah.
I only downloaded Tinder so that I could have guys tell me that I'm pretty, but I had no intentions of ever meeting up or dating them. Marcos is the first guy that I met from a dating app,
Yeah.
and here we are today, a
Kinda-
year and a month in.
So in a month.
Got the hours on it.
It's
too.
3 letters. It's 3 letters. It's not the ILY. It's not the I love you. It's the HIM. Me. Him. Come on. Come on. Look.
God.
That's so good. Not IMU, not ILY.
See, Marcos has
not 143.
Marcos does not do diversified portfolios of women. He has that one-on-one game.
Yeah.
Locked.
Oh yeah. Big time.
That 1v1
Sold.
solid. Oh man. Yeah, so yeah, that was kind of how we met. We went to a date at the Cheesecake Factory for our first one, and then we started
Jesus, throwing money
Because-
out right
no,
away.
okay. Will that
off
happen?
rip.
Off
Because
the
I
rip.
had never really had cheesecake before, and he was telling me how good it was. So he was like, "Let's go to Cheesecake Factory."
Let's go to Cheesecake Factory.
Easy.
And Marcos was also single and just got paid, so
Oh,
I was
yeah.
like, "Oh, I have no problem spending
Dropping.
money in the company of a pretty woman." I was like, "All right, cool."
Hey, so that first date, he locked his keys in his car.
I did. Chris was there for that. No, you were there for that. Remember? We
Clown
did.
moment.
I was at your place. I was leaving for the date. You guys, you and
At
Tim.
my dad's house or
no,
here?
you and Tim were playing
Here?
zombies.
Here?
Yeah, here. You and Tim were playing zombies right over here, and I was hanging out and just killing time. I was like, "Yeah, I got this date.
Oh,
we did
that's
the podcast. Yeah,
right.
we did the
He was.
the pod.
Oh my gosh, dude.
yeah, that was that night.
This is gonna
connect
sound
it?
fucked up. I never processed that was Sky you were going to go see.
oh yeah,
He
yeah,
w- dude, you. Oh man, he was so excited. Marcos was so excited, bro.
Shut up,
That's so
man.
funny.
Hey,
Shut up, bro.
No, I'm not joking.
all about?
That's so funny. I remember that night very well. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
And
so funny.
you guys were running Shadows of Evil.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I'm gonna dip. I'm early. Let me go. So I was like, I'm just gonna go because I'm early. Let
Yeah.
me just be there so I can I'm not
literally
even
was
far
like,
away.
He's like, I'm on this side of town already, and I don't want to go home just to come back. So like, can I just come chill at y'all's place?
yeah.
Worked out great.
Bam. Yeah, worked out great. And then I left through everything. Rest in peace, Bessie. My car, by the way.
Oh, shout out Bessie.
The former car. What's it called? Tossed everything in the trunk. And I have the problem where I have like carabiner.
Yeah.
Like one of those little carabiner things. Tossed my keys in a carabiner. What was that from?
Yeah.
The league, I'm pretty sure.
It was from the league.
I don't remember.
I caught myself saying I caught myself saying that.
I
Yeah,
don't know
because of
what
that.
I don't remember that.
So I tossed my keys in the back and I closed the trunk and I'm like, boom,
Yeah.
let's fucking. I was feeling myself like I lost my keys.
Yeah.
Right.
Dude,
Look,
he FaceTimed me.
my
My heart dropped because I was like, "Oh my god, is he canceling?" And then I told my uncle, and he's like, "Oh yeah, no, he's
He's definitely
he's
dead.
definitely like."
the second that it happened, 3 audible no's came out of my. I was like, no. I was like, are you serious? I was like, we would have been perfectly timed to like maybe walk around just 1 or 2 shops,
Yeah.
whatever the fuck, just go down a little strip and then come back and then go to dinner, right? Marcos locked his keys in the trunk. Called my dad in a frenzy and I was like, "Hey, Dad, I've got a date. Please hurry over." My dad has never made better time. I don't think.
Yo.
Wow.
My dad does not play about time. He's punctual.
Yeah.
What throws him off is my mom. I am that. I throw off
mom?
plans. No, I throw off plans if I don't set up ample time. Like if I don't map out the timing in my head.
I love that.
Yeah, my dad was literally without saying a word more. I was like, "Hey, Dad, I locked my keys in my car. I got a date." He was gone. He came over, tossed me the key fob, opened it, and I
Yep.
left.
Locked him in the trunk.
Yeah, locked him in the trunk again.
So he brought the spare keys. Is that
He
what
did,
happened?
yeah, we had a spare.
Okay. I thought he just gave you the car.
No, we had a
I'll sit
spare.
here.
My dad just stood here.
In the back seat.
Comes up,
I'm
comes up
coming
to the
along,
apartment.
kids. Is that okay?
That's so funny to think about. Like considering we sat in the car and talked like afterwards. Just imagine your dad in the trunk. Or in
Yeah,
the
oh
back.
yeah. Yeah. That's scary. Yeah, no, I
Yeah.
wouldn't like that at all.
Yeah, that was Sky. That was our
was
first date,
Sky.
and somehow it just led to more.
Yeah.
And now we're here.
Good for you
And
guys.
So now, fast forward. That was in what, November?
November 15th
Yeah, November 15th.
was the first date.
Fucking what day is it today? I'm sorry.
I love that.
You won't ever have me remembering stuff like that. I'm so sorry.
I'm actually
No,
so
you
surprised
know.
that I remember.
Okay,
Yeah.
boom. It goes both ways. I like
So
it.
yeah, November rolls around. Yeah, we start going on dates more and more, and then hey, New Year's rolls around. And it's like, boom, Sky,
Gotta-
take it away.
Introduce us to the boys.
Okay, I'm gonna defend myself first. Okay.
Which
Real quick, just this was very important because the 5 of us have been friends for 8+ years, and when we introduce a girl, we're all
Me at this point, like 4 or 5.
No, you're
you didn't join till junior year.
yeah.
Junior year, I was.
That was 6 years ago, though. So, 6+ years, all of us scattered about. But yeah, so whenever one of us introduces a new girl to the friend group, we're all kind of weird about it because we're like, shit, dude. Like, if my boys don't like you,
It's really a panel review.
yeah,
No, it's like
it's like AGT.
I will never be worried about a girl meeting my parents. I will forever be worried about a girl meeting my boys.
yeah, because we're gonna
Because
like,
my parents are the most open, loving people.
yeah, not that we're not, but like if we're gonna be going out doing fun shit and you're not,
We've
Yeah.
also dealt with the unfun girlfriends.
yeah, when you're friends for as long as we have been, like
Yeah.
you know.
You're gonna have girls that they don't root for.
Sky said couldn't be me though. So
Statistically.
Sky, take it away.
All right. I'm gonna defend myself first. Okay. So my aunt and uncle go to LA. They come back and they're sick. My aunt no
This
taste.
is 2021 to 2022 New Year's. So this is still pretty pandemic-y a little bit. So yeah.
Yeah, so my aunt has no taste, no smell, but they took COVID tests and it came up negative. So I'm like, okay, they got me sick. So if I'm sick from them and their tests are coming up negative, then I should be good. So I take a test, a COVID test, and it's supposed to be with me like 2 hours, and then I'm supposed to get the results. It had been almost 24, and I still had no results. And it's the day of the New Year's party.
Yeah.
So my aunt and uncle just got their test back negative. So I'm like, oh, okay, like their test is negative. I should be good. Right?
Yeah.
Right. Wrong.
That makes perfect.
Wrong. So I'm at the
right.
party.
Right. Same page. Right.
Totally makes
Nope.
sense.
Not at
so,
all.
So we get there. I'm not feeling like too hot. Like my energy's down. Like my stomach is like not. I'm just not.
And you're
like-
nervous.
And I'm fucking scared. Yes, I was fucking nervous.
Was it also Shark Week?
It was
Wow.
not.
It was not.
No, it was
Are
not.
you sure though? Because that was the first.
I thought
But
that's
I
what
was.
said. No,
but
it
I was PMSing.
No, it was.
So it wasn't. It
Yeah.
wasn't Shark Week yet, but it was. I get really sick.
Ew.
Shark Week. Yeah,
what he
that's
calls
what
it.
that's from Jason. I love you, Jason.
On Flo is in town.
Auntie Flo's here. Auntie Flo's
You know,
visiting?
I get like
That's what my
really
grandma would
sick
say.
like a week or two before my periods. So it was just not good for me. Everything was just going wrong. So I get there, like it's a party, I'm sitting like by myself. Just,
Marcus
I don't
is
feel
vibing.
good.
Yeah.
Everyone's vibing. Everyone's having a good time. I'm trying, but I can't. Like I'm nervous. My stomach is cramping.
Dude, I have like.
I'm, like,
I
sick.
have like.
Pre PTSD.
No. Like fuck. I don't know what to call it, but like. It's like secondhand cringe where I'm just like going back to that night from Sky's perspective, and I just feel so sorry for her.
Oh, just out of place.
Kind of.
It's just yeah.
Oh, it was horrible.
I can only
Rachel,
imagine.
I will say Rachel always.
She
so
bucked
Rachel
up.
was
Rachel-
on the Rachel was on the
bucked up.
podcast. Go check out Rachel's
36.
episode 36.
Oh, 33.
or 33.
Yeah, Chuck
whichever
Bonds
one. I
is
just
33.
agreed with Chris. I just
Yeah.
work here.
32 or 33. Love you, Rachel.
Yeah, love you, Rachel. She was awesome to Sky that whole night.
She was.
Yeah.
She
Love you,
bucked up
Rachel.
big time. Well, yeah.
So was I. What the fuck?
Were you?
Yes, he
I
was.
was.
He was.
No, okay, no, he was. He was outside
okay.
for the majority of the night though. For that night
I
I was
only
there. He
talked to
was
Sky
outside.
like once or twice that night.
No. I'm very shy at first too. Like it
Yeah.
takes me a little while to come out of my shell.
But
So
when-
I was just
but
thrown.
when
I
she
was thrown
does-
straight in.
Closest to the back door, Sky was parked on that set
Yeah,
of chairs.
I
Yeah,
remember
I
that.
was.
Yeah.
I pretty much stayed in that chair like the whole night.
What?
I did hit a dab outside and then came back inside and
Oh boy.
Whoa.
I left early too, huh?
Yeah, you did.
You did.
Yeah, and then I left early.
If it's too loud, you can dial it.
And then literally the next morning, my COVID test comes back, and that shit said positive. So now I'm like, oh fuck.
Marcos'
and there were like
first
there were
thing-
like 20 people there.
Yeah, and Marcos's first thought was, I gotta make some phone calls.
No, well, the other weird thing about it too, though, is that like 16 out of the 20 of us got COVID tests. So like we were like pretty
They
pretty
mobilized
comfortable.
very fast.
Yeah, so I literally, when I sent out the invites for the party, I'm like, hey, everyone, we got a big ass party. Like, please be respectful. Please do your part. Like, try to get COVID tested just so we could have the most amount of peace of mind for this party.
Yeah.
And easily 16 out of 20 were like, boom, negative.
Well,
all right, love it. Let's go.
It's
Let's
bullshit
party.
that she paid for the rapid.
Yeah.
She paid for that shit.
Yeah.
I did. I was
wasn't
so
even rapid.
upset.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not rapid.
I was
Took
so
a day
upset.
later.
That's crazy. Damn, that's crazy.
What's
But
even
yeah.
funnier is at the time I didn't know. Just I was told it was the cramps that were killing you. And
Yes, so was
putting you
I,
mostly
yeah.
down.
Yeah, that's
Well, 'cause
what-
I
yeah, 'cause
didn't-
was like,
Because in my mind, the COVID test was negative. It was just a cold.
At that point,
Yeah.
it's just a cold
Yeah, it's just a
top
cold. So I didn't want to like make a big deal out of it, especially because we just come out of
The
like,
pandemic, yeah.
Yeah.
I got I got that text while I was at the Rose Bowl. So I'm like sitting in a football stadium. Yeah, I was at
fucking football.
I was at the Notre Dame Rose Bowl, and I'm like, yeah, let's go. Oh, text, and I'm looking around. I'm surrounded by dozens and dozens of people.
Your
I knew I
eyes
couldn't have been
dilated.
contagious, even if I did get it, I wouldn't have been contagious
Yeah.
yet. But I was still just like, I'm so uncomfortable now. And yeah, dude, I felt that. So I felt bad, but like, oh shit. I think we might have gone back to like the sophomore year group chat when like before we met Marcos and we had a Snapchat group chat. I think one of us like revived that one. And they're just, oh yeah, it's called like 3 Dummies and an Idiot, or like 3 Dummies and a
Oh
Genius or
my
some shit like
God,
that.
yeah.
We revived that group chat just for like a brief moment. We were like, fuck, dude.
You were like,
Sky just
Scared
Sky
the
just lost like
shit out of all of
50,000
us.
points. But hey, look at you now.
whoopsie.
Well, what actually happened was
Shit.
that night I was worried that,
Shit.
like maybe she's
No.
feeling ill. Like let me offer her to smoke. Maybe
I know, and
maybe
I felt
smoking
so
might-
bad after like getting that test back, and I'm like, holy shit!
Yeah,
I
Rachel was
fucking-
trying to be a good friend. She's like, "Hey, I'm sorry. Like, maybe just take a load up. Here, hit my nicotine." And
he
then she
did.
smacked her vape, and then Rachel takes it right back to. And when I texted Rachel about it, Rachel was pissed, dude. Rachel was so mad. She's like, "I let her hit my vape all night," and I was just like, "Yeah."
But I definitely wouldn't have gone if
Of
I
course,
gotten
yeah,
that
of
test
course,
back.
yeah.
Like, in the
It was
in the
intentional.
And the other thing is,
I probably wouldn't have gone.
no, the other thing is, not a single person got sick.
No, literally.
So after
yeah.
like three weeks after, and everyone was like, "I think we're all good."
did everybody come out okay?
Yeah,
And we're
exactly.
like, yeah,
we did. Literally, yeah.
All right.
So it worked out great.
It worked out perfect.
And man, so now being in some sort of like, hey, I like this girl and I can see this, like I want to develop this. Fuck, was it an uphill battle for Marcos? Like trying to just like, okay, hey, your only impressions of her are deathly omens from that night on New Year's. Like you just couldn't escape that from like from a friend standpoint, and it definitely took a lot of like.
No, it made me
more
like
of her coming around to like
it made me like really
correct that.
sad and scared to like come back around because
yeah I
I
remember
was
that.
like so nervous about I don't want people to not like me. Like I mean, if I haven't done anything, like if I haven't
Yeah.
done anything for you to not
Yeah.
like me, like I just want to be liked by everyone. I want to have a good time with everyone.
Yeah.
I think I need it closer. And so it just like it made me really sad that like the friend group wasn't feeling me.
And with how important the friend group is, absolutely. Yeah,
No,
no, I know.
and he expressed that to me how important it was.
So that's why I
like, for me
felt,
to meet him.
and we all felt bad because we're like, dude, that sucks so bad. Like
Yeah.
it was the weirdest like self-aware.
no
hate,
it was
like,
it was purely circumstantial.
it was no,
was
but it was like self-aware
circumstantial
anger
hate.
where you're like, dude, she is so unlucky, but I'm still so angry at
Yeah.
her. Like you recognize in your own head that your emotions are unjustified, but you still feel them.
Yeah, well
You know?
no, yeah, it was
Very hell yeah. But so that's how we met Sky. That was the first night, but 13 months
came
later,
out so rough.
Yeah, 13 months later, she's clawed her way to
You know what?
relevancy.
It would only have gone up from there.
Yeah, exactly.
It would only have gone up
Yeah.
from there.
And here we are. Here we are having a great time.
clawed her
so-
way to not only volleyball,
Yeah.
not only to karaoke,
Yeah.
but to the D&D table.
Oh yeah, she's playing D&D with us tonight.
One and only.
Like my shirt.
Look at her shirt. So my mom
Yo.
got her that shirt for Christmas.
I love that. If you're listening on audio, it's like a glittery shirt with all the D&D dice.
every single dice that you would
That's
roll.
so sick. Look at
minus
that.
a D100.
Yeah, no D100. But yeah, fuck yeah, dude. That's super sick. I love that.
I absolutely love it. So
All right.
cute.
Well, so that's how we met Sky. And, if you've listened to Aiden's episode, you just know that we met freshman year of high school and became best buds and lovers eventually.
I met Aiden on the bear. I met Aiden at lunch.
We talked about
Yeah, I met Aiden at lunch that day.
I remember meeting you in the hallway specifically
I love that.
because there's a point where like
Was
you
there
were-
Jesus or Clink?
I think it was Clink.
It was Clink.
Yeah, man.
And what happened was I just got introduced to you, and then from there it kept going.
But is she for real broken now?
I don't know how this one happened. Look how low it is.
Yeah, that looks like painful.
Yeah.
That's how you
for,
film. That's
for
how
the people
you.
who can't see, it is like, you know, the white line. It is like
It's
2 millimeters below that.
Yeah.
it is way
She
too
busted
far
the
away.
shit
That's
out
in
of
the
her now.
nerve zone. Yeah. Sky's nails, by the way, for
Hey,
huh? Oh yeah, they're all different sizes.
What?
Interesting.
Not a single nail on either hand is the same length.
listen.
Bite your nails?
No, but
No, they just break.
some of my nails are stronger than the other. Like my pinky nail, those shits never fucking break.
Indestructible.
Literally.
that just comes up to
I love
vitamins.
that.
And then the rest of them, yeah.
Interesting.
Yikes. So
I have a nail biting problem.
So one of the other reasons I wanted
bad.
personally to have Sky on because she has a very unique experience that you don't. Not only do you listener at home, not only do you probably not know anyone that's had this experience, but you never even hear about it. You ever watching a game show, or you're watching something and they show like a pan shot of the crowd,
like a reaction, something
Yeah.
crazy like that.
She'll be
and-
there.
and you're just like, what the hell? Interesting. I wonder what that's like.
Who is that
Well,
person?
Wonder no more. Because Sky actually got to go see an America's Got Talent. What are they screening? What do you call it?
Auditions, one of the
Auditions,
auditions.
yeah.
Auditions. Yeah.
Well, it was like
At this-
one of the performance, like I think it wasn't the initial auditions. It was like them back.
The trial or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, but
when you make it to Hollywood equivalent
Yeah.
of like American
yeah,
Idol.
Yeah.
I like it.
I actually just got reminded of this experience not too long ago. It was probably one of the best experiences. Super cool. So it's like in the Universal Studios lot. So we get there and I turned down a street I've never turned before. And there was this gate. First of all, I felt fucking privileged to drive through this fucking gate because not everybody was able to go through. So you go through the gate and there's a parking structure. You park in the parking structure and then you go across the street and there's a line. And so you get to the line and there's two separate lines. And so this wasn't my friend's first time going on the show. So it was my friend Jay, we'll call her Jay. My friend Jay, her dad, and then me. And she was saying that if you dress nicer, that they put you closer to the front. So we got all dressed
Better
up.
for cameras.
Most people, they just go in jeans, t-shirt. We came in like dresses, heels, like makeup,
That's cool.
hair done. And
The
so
nine.
so we get to the line
Yeah.
and they're putting everyone in the line to the right. Or the line to the left, everyone in the line to the left. We get up there like, oh yeah, go to the right. And she looks at me, she gives me that look like,
We're
I'm
gonna
like,
go.
Oh, I'm like, holy shit. I'm so fucking excited.
Going up.
You're gonna move me.
Yeah, and then so get to the line and then you take like a tram.
Wow.
And so you get on the tram and the tram pretty much goes to like the back lots of Universal Studios.
Damn.
And so like you're like looking at like sets and stuff. Like I think they were shooting a movie. I don't know which movie they were shooting, but like you saw a little bit of the set.
Transformers.
They were
I would
unfortunately, unfortunately, I don't think it was. Yeah, so like you're driving through, you're seeing part of the sets and stuff, and then so you get up into the building that they're shooting America's Got Talent in, and so we're waiting in the line. It's a whole bunch of fucking people, and so we get inside. It was like a smaller than I thought it was.
Really?
Versus like the auditions because there's so many people.
Yeah.
It was like a smaller crowd.
Huh.
And so we get inside and they're like, oh, you three, come on. And I kid you not, they sat us right behind the fucking judges.
Yeah.
Like we sat down and I'm like, no fucking way. Like there's the judges' seats like right
If
there.
Howie
in front of
Mandel
me.
farts, I could smell it.
I could taste that shit.
Gross.
Like
And if nobody's seen America's
no one's
Got
seen
Talent,
Howie
like,
Mandel fart.
Yeah, if nobody's seen Howie Mandel fart.
He doesn't fart. It doesn't.
Yeah,
the
yeah,
COVID
I
post.
support that actually. There's
Well,
no
like,
way.
If he
will I
does,
get
it's
in
like
trouble
sanitized
for
air.
exposing Simon? Dude,
What?
there was one of the chairs. I was wondering why there was such a high fucking platform on it. Like all the chairs are normal, and then on like the one far to the left, there's like a little like booster, a little booster about this high.
Booster seat.
Little shim.
Yeah.
Who was it for?
Who do you think?
Who is the girl?
No, it wasn't for a girl. It
Wasn't for Mel?
was for Simon.
Simon Cowell?
Simon?
Short King.
Simon
Short
Cowell
King.
is tiny, bro.
Cowell height.
I think it's funny that they had to give him the booster seat. They didn't
So
let him
that
be
he could
shorter.
Simon Cowell's 5'9". I mean, that's not
Wow.
that short.
He's not
But
even-
Dang, those
No
girls.
way.
I don't know,
I'm
but
sorry.
either way, like,
No way, bro.
that's crazy.
I saw that shit in person.
So was it like
That's
so
cap.
you have main stage, you have probably about 3 foot, 4 foot clearance from the stage, and then behind you is another 3 foot, 4 foot section for them to walk through and get up
Yeah.
on those
So
platforms, and
we
then
s-
you were right there. That's where the audience.
Yeah, so
starts, right?
there was a walkway down the center,
Okay.
and then 2 rows of seating on either side,
Okay.
and then another walkway, and there was about, I'd say from like this chair to the distance of that white thing right there is like the judges. So
4 feet?
there's
Okay.
enough walking distance.
Yeah, it's about
and like enough distance to keep audience from the celebrities. So we sit down and we're sitting there waiting, and she's like kind of briefing me on like the last time that she was there. I'm like, okay, this is cool. I'm looking around.
That's your friend, right?
Yeah, my friend Jay. And then so one of the producers comes by and he's like, all right, guys, I want you to, we're all going to practice reactions. So he's like, I'm going to count down 3, 2, 1. You guys are going to show me, what would your reaction be if something scary was happening? And so they'd be like 3, 2, 1. And then everyone would like gasp and like lean closer or whatever. Something like amazing just happened. Like, how would you react? Or something sad just happened. Like, how would you react? So we did like these reactions about like 8 times, like 8 different reactions.
what the hell?
So
Yeah,
they're like to
yeah.
practice.
That like upsets me a little bit. Yeah.
No, a lot of it's not candid.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then so the show didn't start right away. They had some of the acts like were practicing on stage before. So I literally watched like half of the acts that I watched while they were airing, like practice
What
before
the
we
hell?
recorded.
That's crazy too, because if you like do the numbers, like what 3,000 people like were there watching it live, and it was being televised to tens of millions of people, and you're just like, yeah, they don't really make it that fun for the studio audience, and they're like, yeah, they don't give a shit about you, dude.
Yeah.
No, they did not.
No, they were used for like B-roll.
Yeah,
and,
dude.
Like, yeah, and reactions.
That's
We were just
crazy.
background. We were just
I want to
fillers.
have you put the clip of Sky's reaction. Like
Okay.
just the quick
That'd be
2-second.
great.
It's a 2-second reaction. Has
Okay.
she shown you?
No.
I saw.
You haven't seen it?
Okay.
So
yeah,
it looks
we'll
like
show you
this.
after the podcast.
It looks like this.
yeah, there it is.
I love that. Hell yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So they practiced before. They had the guest judge on this one. What was his name? It's
You-
the Asian.
The guest judge.
Yeah,
Shang-Chi?
the guest judge, Asian. I
What?
feel so bad.
I don't know the guy.
The only Asian
canceled.
he knows.
He's the only Asian actor whose
He's
name
like
I don't know.
Like he's like he does comedy.
I
I feel like his name starts with a K.
Jimmy Woo from
Ken Leung.
Kevin.
Or Ken? Is it the guy who?
Dr. Ken Wong? Dr. Wong? Or what the hell's his name?
no,
not that
Dr. Wong's from Rick and Morty.
No.
I feel like
Stop.
his name starts with a
No,
K.
motherfucker, I'm not being facetious. I'm sorry that Asian names sound Asian. Yeah.
Okay, so Ken Wong is an actor.
Ken Wong. That's what I fucking said. And he
You're
was such a-
wrong. You're fucking wrong.
I guess it's not the person.
I said Ken Wong, and he's a doctor.
Hold on.
He's not. This guy isn't.
Show me.
So bad.
Is it the short guy from Community?
Doctor in the
Oh, I don't know who
Funnies.
that is. The short guy from Community is literally a doctor. The Spanish teacher.
Let me just pull up the video and
That clip wasn't even you though for that reaction you were telling me.
no, but this was the episode that I watched. So if you look behind the judges, you can literally see me. That guy.
Let me see who.
Wait, hold on.
Oh,
What's his name?
Hangover. The Hangover Asian.
I fucking
funny
hate
guy.
What the hell? That's the guy who I was talking about this whole time.
Oh, okay.
What's his
Actors
name?
in The Hangover.
No, it's the short guy from Community. I can't remember his name either. I thought it was something Ken.
Actors in.
I thought it was like Ken or something.
Yeah, that's what I thought. One sec, camera reset. Sorry.
Yeah, he was there too.
Ken Jeong.
Ken. His name is Ken.
Ken Jeong.
Yes. Yeah. He was a guest judge.
Jong, yeah.
Jeong.
And the host was Tyra Banks. I'm low key like I'm kind of wishing that like it was like Nick Cannon or
He looks so
Terry,
fun.
because
Oh, dude, I would have paid so much money to just meet Terry Crews.
no, I
Just
would
say
have preferred.
hi.
There was nothing wrong with Tyra Banks. She was boring.
Tyra Banks has always been boring. Yeah.
Well, not in. She was very problematic in.
The early 2000s shit.
Dude, if you go back and watch, they were so bad. Oh my god.
I remember like, oh my god, I can't believe we're talking about this. There was an era in like the mid 2000s, like the 2005, 2006 era, where she would just say like the most out of pocket shit, and
Out-of-pocket.
so many young girls looked up to her.
Literally.
And I'm not joking. She was Andrew Tate for like young 13 through 16-year-old black women throughout.
I'd have to cross reference the information.
No,
to
but
be
she would
able to,
just
like,
say some
see
things
that.
where you're like, yeah, like it's one thing to know that you're going to have to work harder as a black woman in this country. So with that being said, like you know, if you're in a position to not try, then don't. Or like something like that. And like, I know some along those lines. I know I'm close. I know it, if someone like fact checks me, I know I'm definitely close. But like, and a lot of people were like looking back like 10, 15 years later, they're like, that's super fucked up that she said that. Like that's.
Or if you just watch any sort of sliver of entertainment from like early 2000s.
Jay Leno.
Just
creep. Creep. Jay Leno was a creep. Absolute perv. Like on air. Like just so weird. Yeah. But yeah. Gosh.
Good for
All right.
her.
Yeah, when she came out, like she like walked down the runway, and I had to cheer. Like you literally have to.
Yeah.
Because you're right
So it's
behind.
cheer.
Hold on,
Does it literally have the
No,
audio
no.
cue cards?
No, you just know when you're supposed to cheer. You just know.
Oh yeah.
So then the show airs. I watched. If you actually watch the children's choir sing, I think it was "How Far I'll Go" by Moana. If you look behind, if it ever shows like the judges, I'm like in a burnt orange dress. You'll see me.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, literally like Sky paused and she's like, "Oh look, there I am." And right behind
Just
one of the main shots on the judges, she's right there.
I love
behind
that.
her. Yeah.
Burnt orange, though? What is the description of that color? Like a burnt orange.
The sienna.
Dark orange.
Is it like,
Like a
Sienna's
rust?
almost brown, I thought.
is it like a munchies?
Almost like a rust
rust.
color.
Okay.
It's like a munchies.
Like a bright.
The munchies. You know the chips munchies?
You know spicy munchies?
Yeah. So I think that was
Munchies.
that was
What
the
are you
first.
wearing? Taki.
Oh my God.
Taki purple.
So yeah,
You
the
mean
children's
purple?
choir was the first act that we watched, and Ken actually pressed the golden buzzer. Watching that like in person,
All the
was
confetti
so
falling.
magical. Yes,
This
all
color?
of the
Yeah.
I just ripped it off.
Sienna.
Sky just ripped her nail off.
Yay!
That's a lot of nail.
Well, that sounds
She
like it was
didn't
super
need
cool.
it.
Yeah,
That
it was.
That
It
sounds
was
cool.
nice. There was little kids crying, picking up the confetti, throwing it. It was really nice to watch. Like that was like the only genuine. It was like a really genuine reaction.
Is
like,
for
just
the
be happy for
performers.
them.
That's
Yeah.
that's kind of
Very
fascinating.
There was a little girl who did like animal noises. She's pretty good
Do you guys have a top favorite performance of all time?
on that show.
Performance of
Yeah.
all time.
The SpongeBob halftime episode.
I love that. Okay.
Yes.
Fire every
Yeah.
single time. No matter how many times you watch it, it's still good.
Yeah.
She said, "Oh, on America's Got Talent." I said, "Yes," and then he goes, "Oh, the SpongeBob halftime show for sure, dog."
I don't
I
think
do love that video. Sweet victory bangs.
I don't think I watched America's Got Talent enough. It was only something Terry Crews probably ripping his shirt.
Yeah, that never gets
Well,
old.
so let's talk. So I would say an offshoot from that, if Terry Crews is affiliated with that show, the Old Spice commercial he did where he had all of those things hooked up to his muscles, and every time he flexed, it would play a different instrument.
Oh,
Have you not seen that?
that is so sick.
Okay,
It was
remind me to
amazing.
show Chris after the
yeah,
episode.
hold on before
Yeah.
we.
That's my favorite thing is Terry
get too far.
Crews.
So the pre-recorded reactions that we did in the beginning, they took those, and on the show I reacted to shit I never even fucking saw. Like I apparently
they recorded them.
they recorded them
What
and they
the
didn't tell us.
fuck?
They didn't tell
Yeah.
us they were recording. So I reacted to this alligator act where he was like dangling over these alligators, and it was like three like wires holding them up that were on fire.
Yeah.
And so they were burning and like falling. And so I reacted to him like one of the things breaking, and I never saw that. I reacted to like a girl, one of her sob stories. I reacted to her saying, "Aw, I never saw that shit." So I was like, "Oh, like they must have really liked our reactions because
That's
they used
cool
them in,
though.
like, different
it's
episodes."
like a weird flattery type thing where you're like, yeah.
Yeah, it's like my reaction was so good they're gonna
Yeah.
use it for other material.
Yeah.
Doesn't exist.
I love
yet,
that
or-
there's a person out there that just grinds America's Got Talent, just watches it all day, every day, and they're just like, there are some people that I'm starting to see pretty
and more.
regularly.
There was
They must be
also,
losers.
also this moment in between recording, like they took a break, like kind of halfway through.
Yeah.
And they were trying to do audience interaction. So before they recorded, they were like, "Oh, like halfway through, we're gonna get someone from the audience to come on stage and sing." And so because I'm in the front, and my friend is a dick, she literally stands up and is like, "Right here," and
This
he's like,
one.
"You right there."
You
And I'm
got
like,
up and
"Oh."
sang,
I did not because we ran out of time.
but you were going to.
But they were gonna make me.
Dude,
they were
that
gonna
was
make me.
You should have. That
We ran
sounds
out of
so-
time.
Oh.
It would have been cool.
You
I
ended
mean,
up
I literally, my stomach cramped.
Oh my gosh, I would have owned
I
that
almost had to
shit.
be a bathroom trip, but
Starts getting the nervous farts.
the Howie Mandel non-farts.
The sanitation.
Sanitation error.
that was my experience on America's Got Talent.
Very sweet.
Yeah.
Very cool. Hell yeah.
Did you win?
That was something she was telling.
Did you win?
Yeah.
That was something she was telling me the story where I was like, "Where was that?"
Yeah.
Just like where
You've had this
what-
in your back
yeah.
pocket all
if
along?
anybody's been married for like 20 plus years or just married for any specific amount of
Yeah.
time and you find out something new like that, that's like the equivalent of what I discovered where I was like, that's cool.
Last year,
you didn't tell me
Last
that.
year, my stepdad told me that he had a cigar with the defense minister of Cuba when he was like 19. Yeah, he was in South America, like or I forget. He was in college though.
Probably
Yeah.
smoking Cuban.
Yeah, and he was just at a bar, and they're like, and literally all his friends are like, "Dude, that guy looks like really important. Why does he have so much security?" And he's like, "I don't know. Let's go ask." And first of all, the reason why I'm so infatuated with this story is because I would totally do that.
I thought the exact same thing.
Yeah,
That's a Chris
yeah.
move.
If
That's,
someone-
You'd walk up to me like, "How much do you make?"
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
that's a Francis move
Yeah,
right there
that's it.
because you would
Absolutely.
do the exact
But
same
yeah,
thing.
so and he ended up having a cigar with like the freaking the prime defense minister or whatever the fuck of Cuba.
That guy was a button away from
yeah,
like
yeah, for real.
One
and
badge
his
away.
friends were like watching from the bar, like,
he's the reason
Like,
why we won the Cold War.
yeah,
There's a reason why the Cuban Missile Crisis.
yeah,
was
yeah. The Cuban Missile Crisis was solved with cigars. Yeah, not Kennedy being a pussy.
Wasn't the president.
Ah, man, I love that. Hell yeah! But I was. Oh man, I wish you came out with this last weekend.
Working.
Yeah, yeah.
Last Saturday, is that what you're
Last Saturday, yeah.
So the boys hit me up.
Oh,
And I actually will recall this story because I had to go back. For me personally, I have a lot of things that I need to recheck as far as like, was that real or did I dream that state? Like, did I dream that entire situation? And so I went back probably Saturday or Sunday morning and I was like, oh, I dreamt this. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it was the boys asking me to go clubbing with them on a Saturday night, that Saturday night, which I worked. And I was like, boys, I got to bail, blah, blah, blah. And then Marcos was like, oh, it's scientifically proven, mathematically proven that
Clubbing.
that clubbing with Aidan is 1,000% more fun.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
And I immediately was like, there's no way that's real. Like,
He's so not used to flattery that
I-
he literally thought he dreamt that.
I'm probably making this up. Like, and I went back and I read it, and I'm in the shower because I'd woken up and I was like, oh, I probably just dreamt that or something.
and then went in, checked
Went
his phone.
into the text in the chat, and I read that again, realizing that it was real, and the fucking like heartwarming. Like,
Yeah.
I was like,
So,
damn.
I felt bad. He told this story to me earlier, and all I felt was sadness. I was
Really?
like, buddy,
We love you.
We think so highly of you.
It's not even.
We
It
turn up
really
4.
isn't even the flattery. It isn't the compliment. It is purely the fact of my dream state really is just too realistic.
Yeah.
when I ask Chris about plans, a question that is always asked is, "What's the roster?"
Yeah.
I always
Yeah.
ask that without fail. Hey, we're gonna go clubbing. We're going. It's like unless it's
Who's
just
showing?
him and I going to cigars. It's like who's
I
going?
specifically asked if
Yeah.
Aiden was going.
Yeah.
Wow.
She asked
Yeah.
me.
I
She's like, "Is Aiden
specifically
going?" And I was like, "Oh,
Wow.
yeah, ask Chris."
Flattered.
And when I
Wow,
found out that he
flattered.
wasn't, I was like,
Dude, we gotta.
Damn.
We gotta talk about that night, man. That
I guess I gotta.
I have some
gotta start
notes
showing
on
Yeah.
my phone about that night, actually.
Can we talk about that first one that you put there? Because I
So-
don't remember that.
How
Really?
I was teed up to the night was it was a Saturday. Marcos was
Mm-hmm.
expected to muster up the energy, and muster up was the word. Going clubbing.
and DD, right?
Well, not DDing, but going clubbing and just expecting to be, fun, a personality, a body there that would elevate the, experience.
In the
right?
mentality.
In the mentality. Perfect. That could not have been said better. And I go, man, this is going to be some work. I walked over to Target, bought an energy drink, and I was like,
drink,
I'm
yeah.
drinking this at like
Yeah.
8 o'clock.
There we
Yeah,
go.
oh, yeah.
Yeah, because I'm going to be up until 3.
That's
It's
it.
going to be one of those.
That's perfect.
And all of a sudden, I get a text from our sweet, sweet prince, Tim. And he goes, emo night. This place
Be
now.
there.
And I go,
Yeah.
the girls, gays, and theys won. they
Ladies,
took...
gentlemen's, and NBs.
Yeah,
We'll be there.
guys, gals, and non-binary pals.
Yeah, exactly.
These were the factors above Chris. Chris was all for varsity clubbing, and I was like,
Oh,
that
yeah.
was my scene,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
That's what we're used to.
And then
Yeah.
the night transitioned and ended up going to emo night,
Yeah.
which was not my crowd
Yeah.
at all. Not any of our crowds,
Yeah.
except
no,
for
so not only that, like the first like 45 minutes, I'll say like the third 45 minutes. I know that's a weird way to look at it, but like an hour and a half in, I was like, whatever, it was neutral. But then that third period of 45 minutes, I was like, I was miserable. Not only was I not having fun, I was actually having a bad time. Just because like it was like 6 songs in a row where I'm just like, I hate this song.
This
There was
isn't
not enough alcohol to enjoy it. I had about
Never enough alcohol.
I had
to enjoy
3.
that.
I had 3 shots before I walked out the door. And by
Yeah.
the way, Hector was our DD. Thank
you, Hector.
Hector,
Love
by
you,
the way,
Hector.
for keeping us safe, responsible,
Yeah.
Love you,
playing.
Hector.
Please, guys, please. It's 2023. Have a fucking Uber lined up.
Yeah.
Have a
No
Lyft. Have a
reason
friend.
not.
There's no
Yeah.
reason why you should be driving drunk.
And by the way, if you do have Catholic friends and it's during Lent or whatever,
Yeah.
hit them up. Be like,
Hit 'em
yo,
up.
come out with us.
And
Take advantage of it because they're not enjoying
That's
it.
what we did.
Yeah. No, Hector.
Respect.
So Hector specifically told me that he gave up alcohol for Lent.
For
So,
Lent.
yeah.
And
Yes.
on the way there, I was laughing at that, and I was like, "Man, most people that I know say they give up meat or they
Meat.
give up,
Yeah.
like something else,
Yeah.
right?" And he's like, "Nah, giving up meat for Lent now is bullshit because of like the Impossible Burger, the Impossible Burger from Burger
I
King."
can't
He's like,
not have the Impossible
Is
Burger
that
for
not
40 days.
Is
He
that
goes-
not the specific reason why it was created?
Yeah.
Is this? Are we not in a time and point where science?
love God,
has
but, like-
replaced the need to give up meat. Like I'm
char grilled Whopper.
like son, child.
Impossible
This is
Whopper.
this is.
I love that.
I believe that Jesus or God would look down at this child and be like, this is why we made this.
Yeah.
This is why we're able to do it.
I was howling at
Yeah,
that.
that's
sentence.
so funny.
Respect,
And then I
yeah.
immediately, as soon as I got there, I imparted that wisdom on Chris,
Yeah.
to which he died too. But it was about 3 shots, 3 vodka Red Bulls, and then a double shot of vodka with Chris, where
Oh
I was
my
like,
God.
"This is
Wait,
fun."
what?
We did a double shot.
Poor
You paid for a shot for me and Sky, right? Or was it just me?
No. I had an amaretto sour.
Oh, she did. You bought her. I
okay.
bought her an You bought her an amaretto sour. We got a double shot of vodka. And then, yeah. Did you also remember the Filiberto's trip?
No.
No.
Yeah.
So hold on, I gotta
You sent this video.
I gotta talk
So
about this.
what
Yeah.
so here's what I'll say is there's a certain point in the night where Chris and I. You already know when Chris starts to kind of dip, you can automatically see it. There's a way that
Oh,
he
yeah.
walks up to you.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna walk up to you like a drunk Chris. Ready? The cameras are gonna see it.
For an audio. Yeah. Chris!
Yeah.
No, literally.
It's more of a
here.
glide.
So, for those of you who can't tell, it's all frontal chest, no arm movement, just a straight walk up.
But the legs, have to stay.
Yeah, bud.
The legs have to stay like a
Behind
foot
you.
behind your chest.
Yeah.
I'm a lean forward
Straight
kind of
leaning
drunk.
with chest.
And so, like, Marcos has been around Chris enough in public to a point where he can kind of know where things are going.
Yeah.
And you can start to see that kind of dip. I was starting to be on that dip, but I was like, okay, hold on. Let me grab the reins because I still want to be sentient because I got to find this guy at some point. Because Chris is a running drunk. And I've said that before.
He will
and
disappear.
he detested that statement on the podcast, right?
No, okay.
He hated that. But tonight was only proof for the matter of that.
No,
And-
literally.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, he said that Chris was a runner, but I had never seen it. But that night, I witnessed firsthand. Oh,
So,
no, he's
yeah.
literally a runner. Like,
I just got to mention real quick. So yeah, I'm like not going to be drinking for a very long time.
Is that why?
Yeah, no. So we could talk about it a little bit more after.
We're all drinking
I
alcohol.
actually
we're all
have-
on
This will
here
be
right
stuff
now.
after.
No, not after
no.
the podcast. Just after we move on from this
Oh,
topic.
I
have another-
I do want to talk about it a little bit. Like, there's just something about. Yeah, I'll dive in later. But like, basically, I hate blacking out because there's something knowing about that. Like, I'm big and I'm strong, and I don't know. I'm just like the
You
thought.
said it
Of,
perfectly earlier. You don't know how you're going to respond or react.
Yeah,
in
yeah, I
certain
don't-
You're
settings.
too
Yeah.
powerful to be drunk.
Cool, no,
I
so none
have-
of that.
Gone.
No. So it wasn't the thing that scared me about that night is that I wasn't afraid of like beating someone up or like getting in a shoving match with someone. I wasn't afraid of that.
Oh, okay.
I was afraid because I'm I know a lot of you listening to this might not believe me, but I'm actually pretty smart. And
The sneaky side.
when I'm drunk, I don't really keep my opinions to myself. And I just know that I can do way more damage verbally when I black out. So like when I wake up the next day and I'm like, shit, I don't remember
know
the
what you
last
said.
5 hours of that night. I could have said anything to anyone. And not only so yeah, we can talk about that later. But yeah,
I
continue.
have a drunk
And-
story.
Yeah, and this is actually from a separate night. So no,
Yeah,
but still pertaining to emo night specifically. there's a certain point where Sky and I are together. We didn't really separate much that night. I was trying to just fit in as much as I could, have fun, enjoy
wasn't our scene. Yeah,
It wasn't our scene. There were some songs that I knew, and I would just jump in on and carry that, and hopefully the ride would just go right to a point where I was like, all right, cool. I'm coasting on a fat buzz. I'm drunk. I'm drunk. I can actually say because I don't get that ever. So Hector being a DD was a blessing. And the last time I got that was at varsity, but I still couldn't even drink because I still had to be accountable for like people and things. And I was like, all right, cool. But tonight I was like, I can drink.
Yeah,
You
Drunk.
know what it was?
And then we looked around.
At emo night, he didn't have to worry about guys staring at my butt.
That's probably it.
Why? Because
It was-
you're not their
Was it
type.
emo?
It was other
No.
fine goth bitches.
Oh,
But
okay.
I also wasn't wearing a skin tight dress.
Oh, okay. I thought the implication was that I'm not like emo guys types. Like
Yeah.
I thought it was
a little bit.
That too, though.
A little
That
bit.
too.
Yeah,
Maybe that too. Yeah, they're looking
That's
for the
funny.
they're looking for the manic pixie dream
yeah.
girl.
That's funny.
Yeah.
The one with the
Sky's
tail
a,
still sticking
Yeah,
out.
Sky's a bro girl. Yeah, with the tail. Oh,
Tails at emo night.
tails and emo night.
I would have been a menace.
Oh, dude, no.
Just started pulling.
At the end of the night, like I'm winning, holding up like 80 tails.
Like a trophy. You walk up to the bartender, pin the tail on the donkey.
Like, how many points are these? Funny thing, I actually used to play flag football. I didn't realize
I didn't realize that
You were
doing spin moves.
skills would still pass.
Hey,
Yo.
give that back.
Yo, hey. I saw Marshawn hit this. Grab that.
Oh my god.
Hit stick.
Yeah, and then
See, I could have done something like that when I was
Yeah.
pissed drunk and
Yeah.
not have known about it.
So
Yeah.
a point
And
came
you
up in the
woke up to
night.
that.
A point came up in the night where it was Sky and I looking around, and I was like, "Where's Chris?" And we asked the question, "Where's Chris?" And we went, "Oh, where's Chris?" there's two tones to it. There was the tonal of like, "Oh, just scanning,"
curiosity,
And then,
just
yeah,
like,
then there was the tonal of, "Oh shit, he's gone. He's not in the building."
Not in the scan.
Hold
This
on.
was a
Not
this was a
there.
small venue.
It was
I'm
very
not
small.
even here, and I know what happened.
Before we get into Chris running, we should talk about what Chris did before he ran.
What happened?
So this wasn't my fault.
Uh-oh.
I do remember this.
Okay, to be fair though, I had the same thought.
Yeah.
And-
Okay. Thank you.
Although to be fair though, it's you. So
Versus-
even if I
yeah,
had the
yeah,
same
exactly.
thought, it's still bad
Exactly.
because you agree with me.
I completely
thought it.
understand.
There was two girls in the email club who had wheelchairs, and I thought to myself, this was never gonna hear light of day.
Goddamn.
Girls in wheelchairs, and I'm like trying to get around them, and I'm like, fuck, like this is kind of annoying. And then so I sit down on the table with Chris, and Chris is looking at the girls with the wheelchairs, and he says, dude, just get the fuck out of the just get the fuck out of the way.
Which is the moment he says, "Dude, just get the like the moment you say you hear "dude" really mentioned by Chris. This is drunk Chris.
Yeah.
But like,
At no other point
Dude.
is he referring to a human being as a dude.
Yes.
but like, okay.
He does not say that.
I
That
felt
is- that
bad,
is
but
not
I kind of
regulated.
had the same thought though. Like, there's just not enough. Like the venue was small. There's just not enough space.
They're clogging
Yeah.
up.
No, and one, it was like it was wheelchair accessible, yes, but two, it was too small a venue for how
was
many
too
people
small.
surprisingly turned out. The night was called the Women of Emo, so it was
I didn't know that.
it was at the Rebel Lounge.
I thought it was
my
just emo.
God.
I didn't.
No, it was
that's right.
at the way that we were teed up to understand it was emo night. It was not the women of emo.
Well, I think it was only that DJ then, because the DJ before was playing plenty
Yeah,
of
no,
guys.
there-
songs.
there were
playing.
some-
No, they were just playing regular emo music, or at least more things that we would be familiar with. Like what is it called? What are some emo bands?
Panic at the Disco, Fall Out Boy. Some of the
Like early
like,
versions. of
My
them.
Chemical Romance, like Green Day. Like
Yeah, it was what's it called? Fucking who does Bulls in the Bronx?
Punk.
Bulls
I don't
and the
know.
Pierce the Veil.
Pierce the Veil. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, Bring Me the Horizon, like old stuff from them. Like, shit like
I
that.
think there was only that one DJ who played
Yes.
women's
So
only
so
music.
that was our friend's sister.
Right.
So that's why it couldn't be too big of a dick.
that's also how we ended up there.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Exactly.
First of all.
Oh,
Yes.
we would have gone to the cool guy. club,
however,
Varsity
I
EDM.
think that this comment right here.
yeah. Hold on. I said this nicely.
I'm sure he was a gentleman saying it, but the fact that
Like
he
singing
said this
choral.
during a woman's
No. So
night,
here's how
a
this went.
specific,
Here's how like
specific woman's night.
so here's how this went. Where I was like, hey, I lean over to Aiden. I'm like, hey, dude, I really don't like the color red. I think it's kind of weird, And then like when Sky and I are in private, I'm like, dude, the color red fucking blows. Not only do I hate the color red, but I hate people that like the color red. So proceed.
Yeah, so Chris goes up to this DJ who's playing women's music only and says, "Everyone would be more into this if you played men's emo music."
I didn't say that to the DJ. I said that to you.
No, Chris came
No,
back and
I'm
said,
sorry.
No. What I said to the DJ, where I was like, "Hey, like, so is it going to be only women's music?" And she was like, "Yeah, that's kind of the whole theme."
No. You came back to the table and you're like, "Dude, I just told her."
No, well, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's why, like,
summarized.
drunk Chris came back to
Yeah,
us
yeah.
and was like, "Hey, I said the night would be better if she only played men by men."
it's the same thing that happened when like that girl was kind of all over me at varsity, and then
Yeah.
her boyfriend got like pretty pissed at her. I didn't realize that was her boyfriend.
And started a whole fight.
And then I
right in
told
front
my
of
friends, I
us.
was like, dude, like they're
Watch
what
this.
I told my friends is that like I was like, oh, dude, they're about to like break up. But I was like, it was a little bit of a hyperbole. And then like the next day, people were like holding it over my head, like at least we didn't break up a couple last night. And I was like, well, I didn't either. I was just
Really?
saying.
Who
I
told
wasn't there
you
for the
that?
next morning. Who? Which one? Name
told
drop.
you
I don't remember
Tim
hearing
was
that.
on my ass.
Oh, bull.
Is it just Tim?
Elena gave me some shit where she's like, yeah, like I didn't realize you were gonna like break them up, and I was like, I didn't. I'm just saying that.
They're
like,
fine.
Elena
Yeah.
wasn't there that night, bro.
Yeah, she was.
Yeah, she was.
Then it was a different night.
Yeah. Or I don't think you were there that night, buddy.
No, Elena wasn't
No.
at emo night. She was at varsity.
Oh no, this is varsity. That's what I was
when-
saying the last
I was
time
there
we
for
went out.
varsity. So when she was there. Oh my
Yeah.
god. Sorry, she was in the back of the car. Like
That's
she was
straight up
tucked
a hard
away.
Aiden vibes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I-
so
Oh, you were sitting
um,
next to me in the car. That's fine.
Yee.
That-
I was sitting next to Marcos and Sky, and one point I looked over and I noticed that Marcos
Yeah.
was just out,
Wait, what are we at?
just sacked out.
Oh, we're kind of in it right now.
Yeah, what are we at?
115.
Oh, okay. Oh, never mind then. Okay, bet. So yeah, that was so yeah. We did emo night, and wait, is there anything else you guys wanted to hit on that? I'm gonna
For that,
segue off
I
a
think
little
I
bit.
only
No,
had those
it
two.
was okay. I ended up having fun. It was not my crowd. Basically, besides that, I don't know if I'd go back.
Really, it looked fun.
It looked fun. It was fun for what it was, but you needed to be liquored up.
literally.
Oh no, I'm not going back.
Yeah,
okay.
not going back,
By
no.
the time that I got drunk enough to enjoy it,
It was winding down.
no, it wasn't winding down.
Oh, really?
But
No, we lost you.
we lost you,
Oh.
and you were so gone that they literally said like, "Oh, we have to get him off of the property."
Yeah, they literally they it got to a point where they're like, "Hey,
I also asked them if they could help me leave. I did that. No one's acknowledging that. I said, hey, can you help me get out of here, bro? Like I need to go. And then they didn't.
I didn't hear that. I
didn't.
walked
Yeah.
outside. I found Brielle.
Yeah.
Around the corner of the building because I was like, okay, there's only 3 possible ways that Chris could have gone: to Filiberto's, down that street that the venue was at, or to the left. Left is the first thing I thought of. My intuition.
pretty impressive.
My intuition actually guided me
Yeah,
there.
nice.
I was like, all right, cool.
If I were drunk Chris, where would I go?
We need to put an
Oh,
air
man.
tag on him.
Yeah, drunk Chris needs an air tag. Oh, that's fucking funny.
That is funny.
Wow.
Episode title.
Get drunk Chris an air tag.
Yeah.
So I found him with Brielle, and basically Marcos was piss drunk, but guess what? Rolled dirty 20, at least
Yeah.
dirty 20 persuasion just talking to these people. Charisma. I had
Just so
Riz
respectful.
out the ass. I was like, all right, yes, we have a ride scheduled. We have all
Yeah.
these things in line.
You got
He's a part of
hiccups?
our group. Yeah, I got hiccups right now.
Hey, by the way, 61 episodes we've been doing this podcast. You know, a lot of different. We've never had hiccups on air.
Really?
With neither of us. This is a
It almost people are gonna think
Wow.
it's gonna sound like cuts.
yeah, it is. Yeah, we're not cutting. Marcos has hiccups.
I do have
that's
hiccups.
Crazy.
Yeah, there's no cuts right here. It's actually not on purpose. So yeah, Marcos was talking to them, just letting them know like, hey, we have a ride schedule. We got all these things in place. There's no reason like, yeah. Hi, my name is Marcos.
Yeah.
Nice to
He was
meet
like
you.
thanking them for like doing their
Yeah,
job.
yeah.
Yeah,
What's up,
I was like, I understand you guys are just doing your job. I was like, I understand we got to get him out of here. And
Yeah.
I was like, Chris, how are we feeling? We got to move, buddy. And you're
Yeah.
like, 90 seconds. They're like, you don't have that. And I was like, we don't have that. I was negotiating.
That's
and like,
funny.
yeah.
I don't remember that.
No memory.
Full blown.
I do remember asking one of the people that worked there for help though, and I wasn't given it, and that's where I was like, all right, yo, fuck you guys then. But so yeah, that was a crazy night. So you heard this night, you just heard the chaos and how big of a. You hear all this and you're like, damn, dude, Chris sucks. Kashi's kind of an asshole. I hate Kashi. I never
And
want to
we
go drinking
all
with
think
him.
that.
Yeah, exactly. No. So I woke up that next morning. And I got fingernails painted on. I got hearts all drawn on my face. And I got this skin tight shirt on.
that says world's best grandma.
Oh, that's so funny. I had no idea whose shirt that was.
It said this is
It did
this is
say
what the
world's
world's
best.
it
So funny.
said this is what the world's best grandma looks
love
like,
that.
and it had 2 thumbs pointing towards.
That's
the
really
shirt.
funny.
It was really funny.
I like wake up. So first of all, the first like 10 minutes of my day, I felt fantastic. The hangover didn't hit until like I turned the bathroom lights on and I was like, whoa. Like I was like, wow.
Nice.
But I like sit up and I look around. My hamper is just crushed. My trash can crushed. My nightstand is my lampshade on my nightstand is all crooked, and I'm just like,
Did you fuck up your room? You
I
just
did-
caused a whirlwind of chaos.
yeah,
You walked in.
only in that right corner though. Only, no. I think I fell.
There's no way. There's no way you didn't. I'm sorry. There's no way you
so
didn't fall.
I woke up that morning.
Who
and
got
then-
you up the stairs? Was it Tim?
I think it was me.
Oh.
I got home alone.
Pure willpower.
Yeah, like because I right. Do you guys remember?
Hector! Oh, Hector dropped. Yeah, Hector dropped off Chris first.
Yeah.
that's right.
You know, because we dropped him up. 'cause
and
we had to.
then we went to Jack in the Box.
Yeah. No. So I came upstairs on my
But
own.
like, you guys both got out of the car. But I was a little worried though because you
Wait,
guys
what do you
both
mean?
got out of the car, and then I
Hector
watched.
and Chris, right?
No, all 3 of you guys got out of the car. I think you might have gotten out of the car because you weren't feeling well. But
Yeah, I got
Hector,
it
like,
as a-
I thought Hector took like Chris upstairs.
this is the most 22.
No.
And then I
21-year-old
watched-
I
story.
was still in the car. Hector took Chris.
I
out.
watched
So
like his
Hector took me up then?
Snapchat story.
Hector took you
like
up.
after like we got home and it was like 2 hours ago and he was sitting outside like on the floor. So I was like, dude, did he get inside?
that was outside of the club, I think.
No, it didn't look like. It looked like
Maybe I don't remember then.
it could have been.
I know I woke
I
up
just
and I saw
remember-
that I deleted that shit so quick. I was just like, ooh,
Oh, I deleted my story when I woke up too.
What'd you post?
No, there was a sign that said "Jesus saves" right above the emo night lounge, and I
And
was
you
like,
made a response to it.
"No, I literally was just like, what the fuck is that?"
Hey, you should try
laughed
holding-
I was.
my ass off when I saw
Marcos,
this.
you should try holding your breath for 20 seconds.
Yeah, try that. Okay.
That's what I do.
So while he's doing that,
Oh,
so I woke
no,
up.
no, Tim's coming out.
Okay. That'd be so funny. Scare the shit out of me.
You wanna hear another drunk Chris story
From last night?
There's
Or
plenty.
from Varsity?
what?
Oh,
come on.
Oh.
All
No,
right.
I gotta do it to you.
So I didn't see this, right? But I was.
I didn't see this
sure
either.
as hell
Hold
heard
on.
it.
I didn't see this either. I didn't even get that drunk that
You
night.
were there.
Come on. Come
no.
you were.
When you're taking
When 3 people are all in unanimous votes, just going like, "Oh, it's not gaslighting."
Oh, wait, that was a homeless guy night.
That's not.
Yeah, that's right.
not only the
That's not
homeless guy
groupthink.
night, but you kept walking up to security guards and
Oh
police
my
officers and asking how much they made.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was super curious about it because that was when I was like second job hunting.
Like you no, but it was the way you asked because you'd
I was
walk up to
super
a
polite
security
about
guard
it.
and be like, "Yo, man, you got a gun and shit?"
No, I
Okay,
walked
no,
up to
that's
the
what was
guy.
making me
Wouldn't have a
nervous.
gun and be like, "So how much you make an hour?" You're like, "Oh, so you don't have a gun? So how much you
Okay,
make?"
I was not that harsh about it, but
It was-
I was very curious.
was blunt.
I
I was
promise
very
you,
curious.
it was
Yeah, it was
blunt.
blunt. No,
And
blunt and harsh are different. though.
I felt harsh.
Yeah,
I felt like
yeah.
it was
no, because
harsh.
even when I asked the cops, I was like,
They weren't playing.
oh, I didn't give a fuck. Yeah, I don't know.
Took a selfie
I
with one
love
of
being
them.
mean
Took
to
a
cops.
selfie with
yeah,
one of them.
it's so funny just being mean to cops.
Well, they were bike cops.
They were bike cops.
were
No,
bike
exactly.
cops.
That's what I was like.
One guy was on a horse.
The horse cops.
then I was like-
wait. That's one thing. I don't really like cops in general. I fuck with bike cops every time I get the chance. But every time I see a cop on a horse, I'm a little.
There's something medieval about
Yeah, I don't-
seeing a dude on a horse.
Something wrong, young man? No, nothing.
Man and animal, their bond is too strong.
Yeah. But anyway, wait. Oh yeah. So to
Yeah,
finish
yeah,
that story,
so,
and then I'll.
Oh
Yeah.
boy.
The club is now closed. We're all downstairs.
We're all trying.
everyone
to get
is downstairs except for Chris.
Except
I guess he was upstairs waiting for the rest of
I'm
us.
practicing my demo.
So, oh my god. So we're all standing outside waiting for him. Chris finally comes out. I swear to you, it feels like he walks up like straight directly to me. Bah! Right in my stomach, and then keeps on walking. He keeps walking. So now I'm doubled over in pain. I'm doubled over in pain. Like what the?
So,
fuck? So
for you-
unprovoked.
wait, for those of you on audio,
imagine a pretty hard nut tap. What you would
Yeah.
imagine
Stomach,
a
in the
nut tap to be a backhanded to the sternum. Boom.
Oh,
right there.
sternum.
It was sternum, stomach.
okay.
It was stomach. It was like soul.
Bottom
It
of
was
the
like
ribs.
center. Yeah, it
Bottom
was like
ribs.
center.
Very
of
center.
bottom of the ribs.
Bottom
yeah,
ribs.
Bottom ribs.
So
and,
for those of you on audio, I punched Sky in the lower ribs.
and he had zero memory of doing
No,
it.
he literally he just walked.
Allegedly.
It's not allegedly because
Well,
sober Marcos.
No. Here's why it's weird though. It's frustrating for me because I remember a vast majority of that night, and the fact that my blackout point was like this little 40-second clip, and I'm just like, oh.
You remember Jack in the Box?
No,
Do you
literally-
remember?
Yes, very well. Yeah, I remember Jack in the Box very
literally,
well.
I was like doubled over, and I look up at Marcos, and I'm like, are you gonna just let him punch me and walk away like that? Like, are you gonna?
So from
Is that acceptable?
now, Marcos has watched us all unfold like a telltale game.
What the fuck? How's
Yeah, I
this
don't know what's
still
happening.
going?
It's
You're
gonna
still
happen
going?
for a few more hours. Probably.
Oh my god!
I've just accepted.
No. It's just funny.
Yeah, it is.
One, I haven't seen. I don't think I've ever seen Marcos have hiccups.
Ever.
I'm normally
Ever.
diffy.
Yeah.
I just don't
he's
struggle.
Superior.
Yeah.
He's past that.
No,
he's
so,
evolved more.
So Marcos sees this happen, just kind of like a sack tap pretty hard to Sky's stomach. And this is the first time where Sky's ever said, are you going to do something about this? And for anybody who's ever been in a relationship or like in a marriage, maybe you've had that moment where you
Yeah.
have to be like, oh,
I gotta get mad. Yeah.
I have to get upset or I have to do something.
Yeah.
So Marcus was like, I'm not going to be mad at Chris. I'm
Yeah.
going to be coaching about this. And so I was in my calm voice. I was like, Chris, come here.
Yeah.
What? And I was like, you hit Sky.
Let
And he
them-
goes, I don't remember that. And I was like,
2 seconds.
and I was like,
No, that's what.
I was like, you literally just hit him.
So,
and then
so that's why I'm so frustrated about the whole thing, because I remember this interaction incredibly well and detailed.
I saw it.
No, I
So-
believe you. I know.
did.
No,
So
I just,
now,
did.
now my point of view, right?
Yeah. Oh, I love
I
it.
hate
I'm
this.
standing.
Stories come together.
I'm standing and I'm watching the crowd leave varsity, and I'm watching my crowd slowly
Oh.
build up behind me. The only person at this point in time that we're missing is Chris, because he's
Kashi.
waiting. Because he's waiting for us inside of there.
Oh.
He like I saw you standing there waiting to make sure that every
Oh,
single
that's right,
person
yeah.
had left varsity, and I'm
Also-
like screaming at you like, "Yo, Chris! Like
We're all down here.
We're
yeah.
all here."
Quick
Which I remember.
Did you guys see the guy walk out of the bar with the Corona and get manhandled?
Oh my
No.
god!
Yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't see that.
They're like no outside drinks. Sat there and immediately took that. Like stopped him.
The dude walked out and he's like, no, it's fine. I'm gonna just finish it. And they gripped him.
Yeah. What
They
the
would
fuck?
not let
They
go.
full picked him up.
Yeah.
They threw.
And they're all
like-
they're looking at the horse cops like.
no, they literally wrestled it out of his hand
Yeah.
and fucking
What the hell?
splashed it everywhere, spilt it.
It's all over the dude.
And like, get the fuck out of here! And the guy slammed the bottle on the ground, like, and you could tell that it shattered.
Shattered.
Yeah,
What the
shattered
fuck?
everywhere, like inside of the venue.
This is like the doorway to leave varsity.
Smash glass, and I was like, "What the fuck is
That's
that?"
crazy.
You could have just took the bottle and tossed it.
Yeah.
I know damn well you ain't sweeping that up. So why you acting like
That's
you can
true.
just do
How mean
that?
is that? Yeah. Interesting.
No, okay. So
And
continuing.
I remember Aiden calling me down. I remember that very well.
There was a moment where I saw Chris on the stairwell waiting. I call him down. He comes down. I'm like, okay, he's coming. Like,
Yeah.
we're good. The last person is finally making their way to their group. I start looking and people watching on the rest of the crowd. I see at this point a few people walk up and start talking to the person that Tim brought. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. Like, I wonder what the hell's happening there.
Yeah.
And then I
was curious about
specifically recall Chris walking past the entire line of people. Imagine
He just slipped past like 6 people.
on both sides of an aisle. Let's just imagine our squad on both sides of an aisle. Chris comes walking down said aisle, immediately does the puncher.
Coming on.
Yeah, whatever happened. And I see the after effect of him like walking past all 6, 7 people, whatever it was, like stand at the very front of everyone that he'd walked past and look satisfied with himself. Like,
Yeah.
like, I made it. I did it. Like, we're here.
That's what I'm saying.
And then I
Like,
see him turn around and have to deal with his shit with Marco.
that's what I'm
and everybody's like,
saying.
"Did you see that? Did you see that? Did you see that?" And I'm like, I saw that Chris made it. Like,
And then I had to go.
So that's what I'm thinking. Like for those of you on audio, I'm sorry in advance. I literally in my own think it was just like in my head it was like one of these like buddy,
Just a-
like a fucking with you tap exactly like a bean
like a bean dip
but-
tap.
a bean dip meme.
But drunk Chris to a non-bracing
Yeah,
Sky.
sure.
Went straight
Just
for
absolutely.
So-
Chris is a big guy.
I wasn't braced for it. Like I literally,
No,
it was
no,
so.
no.
I was like,
So that's I felt. So originally I felt awful.
He walked up. He's like,
I felt.
I'm so sorry.
I felt so bad.
I'm sorry.
I immediately felt so bad, and then it started turning into like I was like looking around me and everyone was still having fun, and I was like, did I just get fucking pranked?
You thought it was fake?
Oh my
I'm telling
God.
you,
He walked up to me. He's like, I straight up think you're gaslighting me right now.
dude, I'm not joking.
To be fair, though,
I'm
Drunk
not.
Chris says that a lot.
Yeah, I do say that. Well, hold on, but I also say it
Drunk
sarcastically.
Well, but-
No.
But also, I had to-
Drunk
it's
Chris
both, it's
believes
both.
that.
It's
I had to
both.
take it in stride, and I had to go, no, Chris.
yeah,
I had
coaching
coaching
moment.
markers. I was like, hey, man. I was like, no, you actually did. I was like,
Yeah.
hurt her. She didn't feel good. I was like, that's not cool.
Don't do that. Yeah,
I was,
I felt
I'm not
so
gonna
bad.
get. I was like, I'm not gonna get mad at you. 'cause
Yeah,
I was like,
I felt so bad.
He's in an
Moments already
inebriated
passed.
state. Exactly.
I was like, moments
Yeah.
already passed. He's
No, but
inebriated.
I literally
she's
hit.
fine.
I hit that point where we were like walking away. First of all, the other shitty part about this is that the security guards were handing me shooters on the way out, and so I'm like, all right, like they're free and they're just handing them out. So I was like, okay.
Meanwhile, they think this big guy, like, oh, this is a big guy. He can just finish these. No
This
problem.
Corona, yeah.
Even though he's already been drinking at the bar. Like,
yeah.
we would lose Chris at this night and we'd be like, oh, like he's probably just doing his own thing. He'd
That was
be
a good
at the
night.
bar.
That was a good
drinking.
night, though. That was a good night.
It was a great
Yeah.
night.
And
It
so,
was a great
so
night.
kind of, so that now I'm gonna, I'm Sky. I'm
Lean
sorry. I'm sorry. I hit you, Sky.
That's all we.
It's okay.
Yes.
It's so funny now to think about it. Just getting punched in the stomach like unprovoked. Like
Yeah. I feel like punch is a little bit of an over exaggeration, but no, I get it. I feel
it felt like a full on
Strong,
I think,
strong backhand.
Okay. I think, I still think.
Oh man, I'm so
that
embarrassed.
punch
But
is
yeah,
the wrong word.
I'm gonna cut this whole segment. But yeah.
Non-existent.
So in regards to emo night, when I found out that it was Brielle, so Brielle is literally Brielle's been on the podcast before. The kindest soul, the biggest heart. She's just such a good person and just a good friend. And I'm so grateful that I have her as a friend. And when I found out that it was her, well, I hated the music. I hated my outfit. My nails were painted. I didn't like that. And she painted them. I was like,
And hold on. Brielle, if for some reason you see this, you are infinitely talented at makeup and other things of
absolutely.
that nature. Look, man, she posted one time she had a pixel eye.
oh, that shit was so
She had
clean.
eyeshadow that was
Yeah.
done like an
No,
8-bit pixelated style. It was incredible.
What her thing is makeup, and she's
Why
incredibly
was-
Swear to
talented.
God, that's talent.
Why
Like, that
was
is
the
a
injustice done to Chris's nails? Literally the antithesis.
talking about?
Your nails look like garbage.
No, they didn't.
They did.
Oh, did
Nails
they?
always
Chris,
look
they
like
did.
garbage.
Sky. They didn't look good.
it was dark. No,
I don't remember. I know. So I just remember the next morning waking up and I was like, "Fuck!" I saw these at one point last night and I was like frustrated. But no, anyway. And then knowing that I literally, so like this is one of the things where like I do have to take a very long break from drinking, like just because it's this weirdest thing where it's like I don't know, like it ties into the weirdest tornado of shame, embarrassment, but also like having a good time and laughing and singing.
This is all about your nails.
No. So I woke up the next morning. I was like, shit, I don't remember anything. My first thing immediately.
Got him.
Yes.
The first thing I did, I immediately texted everyone and apologized. Just like
Yeah.
outright. I was like, dude, whatever. I'm so sorry.
He
Like,
sent that in the chat,
Yeah.
like in the group chat, and I remember seeing that, like
So
getting
like,
off of work.
I'm not
and
in
I
the
was
group
like,
chat, so I never got an apology.
have to have a dick.
but you did post a snap,
I posted
and
it
my
on
name
the
was
internet
included,
for
so it's
people to see. Like, thank you for taking care of me, Sky.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I just had this weird moment of like, fuck, like that's so embarrassing. And then little by little, like as the hours go on, I have people texting me like putting small bits of the night together for me. And Hector was one of the ones to be like, yeah, dude, you were a good friend. I appreciate you. Like you thanks for being there for me. He said, I was like, thanks for taking care of me. He's like, dude, no, thank you for being there for me. And I had no idea what he's talking about.
Oh.
And I'm just like, fuck, like that's, and so I talked to Brielle. Brielle was like, are you kidding me? I had so much fun with you that night. And I'm like, what? I don't know. I just feel like a monster. Like I don't know why. So that's why, like in my own head, I'm
That
like,
sucks. It sucks that even after that you're still beating yourself up.
Exactly.
In my head because like, hey,
yeah.
I wouldn't walk away scot free, but I wouldn't take a break.
That D&D
It would-
night when I blacked out on one of the Dungeons and Dragons sessions.
No,
and I,
no. This is a bad
Yeah.
D&D session.
Yeah, and I ruined
For
it.
Chris specifically,
Yeah.
it was just bad for his
Specifically, it was just
character.
I ruined it.
Bad.
And
for your character.
it feels like I ruined it for everyone else too. That's right. See, I'm doing it again. I literally talked to all of you, and you're like, "No, it was a good session."
It was a good session.
Yeah.
It was.
That's
there
funny.
were-
See, no,
I just did it again.
Yeah, more so. Yeah, you literally
I
just
literally
proved my
just did it
point.
again.
You just proved my point in 3 seconds.
That's funny. I was like, "Yeah."
you
you're
went
right.
back. You reverted.
You're right. No, but it was the weirdest thing. So like when I woke up, worst hangover I've ever had. I went to go get my favorite food, had to pull over and throw up, and I'm just like, damn, dude, like.
Yeah, I had Hector pull over at one point. I was like, I ate half of like the batch of carne asada fries.
Yeah.
And I was literally just like, hey, Hector, hey man, I don't feel so good. You mind pulling over really quick?
It was the most polite thing I've ever heard.
Polite. I was like, hey Hector.
Mr. Driver, man.
Vomit.
No,
Can you please
I
pull
was.
over?
It was more. Yeah, it kind of came out like that.
If
It
you would
wasn't
be so
even-
inclined, Mr. Driver person.
It
I'm gonna
was
vomit.
not. It was not alcohol. It was all carne asada fries.
Food.
I ate half of it, and I was literally just like, hey
That-
Hector. I was like, hey man, I'm
The hiccups are so
I
good.
teed it up. No, that could be part of it. I
The
was like,
hiccups are so
hey, I'm fuck. I'm not feeling too good. Do you mind? Do you want to pull over right here?
would you
Or
be-
he goes, yeah, man, you not feeling good? And I was like,
No, it was.
and I go,
oh, yeah, I got you, bro.
yeah, it could not have been a cleaner transaction.
It was
between
such a
both
wholesome.
parties.
Like I was like,
No, yeah,
wholesome
I was like,
moment,
hey man,
yeah.
I'm not feeling good.
Your tum tum hurt a little
yeah.
bit. Yeah.
And I was like, I was like, can you pull over? And he's like, yeah, man, I got you here.
Yeah.
you know, so he,
And then I walked out of the car. I was like,
he pulls over, and then Marcos gets out, and then he grabs him a water, and so he comes back in the car, and so I'm sitting in the car with Hector, and I'm like, I feel like I should be comforting him right now. Like,
Yeah.
am I like, is it a bad
This is
girlfriend?
the most man to man shit.
And he was
ever.
like,
no.
And he was like, no. He's like, you don't have to. And I was like, you know what?
no.
I feel like I have to. I'm gonna get up and go comfort him. So
and what I said, I was like, the first thing that came out of my mouth was, "Fuck, I'm sorry," because
yeah.
I was like, I'm being a nuisance right now. I was
Yeah.
like, I'm holding up Hector getting
You're having
home.
people rely on you.
Because because I was like, because what has been my philosophy since you've known me? I will never take care of any of you.
Yep, ever.
You could be my girlfriend, my wife. I will not take care of you if you're drunk. That's your choice. That was my choice that night. I played my cards poorly, and I dealt with it alone.
I somehow
I
managed to deal with
was-
the cards that I dealt myself completely sober.
I was done with everything, and then Sky came out and was like, "Hey, how are you feeling?" I was like, "I'm sorry."
Fuck.
Yeah.
No, I was
Sorry.
literally just like, I'm sorry. I held up Hector. I was
Yeah.
like, I'm being a nuisance right now. I was like, this is what I hate.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I got back in the car and I was like, hey, I'm
sorry.
ready. Fucking conked out,
okay,
yeah. And then
okay.
they got Jack in the Box,
I
and then it
love
was all
that.
good.
So
whose
wha-
card did you use, by the way? Who paid for Jack in the Box?
I paid.
Okay.
Aw.
I was about to say, I was like, I have a feeling that my card like might have just got like.
Oh my god, no! I need the rewards.
so while we're on this topic, it makes me think of Chris's girlfriend's
So yeah, so
hydro
this
flask.
is literally where I was about to segue. I was like,
Yeah.
so there's me who.
knows how to.
So no, I get everything done beforehand. Like I do think that's some of the reason, like why I run away, so that I could just go throw up and then come back and not be a nuisance to anyone. Marcos does a
which-
very polite thing,
which he will lie about. He will be like, "Oh, I'll be right back," or "Oh, I'm gonna go to my
Yeah,
car."
I gotta go to the
so we
bathroom
start
real
seeing him
quick.
sprint away towards the alleyway, and we're like, "Oh, boy,
yeah, then I have to
he's
go
gonna
throw
throw some water."
Anyway, so Marcos does the during, but incredibly polite, which we appreciate.
Very
Which
polite.
also is what Aidan does, except
I take care of myself. I don't rely on any motherfuckers.
so my yeah, you tell it.
So my side of the story.
Wait, when was this?
This was a game night.
New Year's game night?
This was a game night with at Madden.
No, it wasn't. No, this was we were leaving my mom's house. It was no, it was Audrey's grad party. It was her grad party.
Oh,
We were all
it
wearing lab coats. We were all
was.
wearing lab coats. Yeah.
Okay. So the situation goes: we are celebrating Audrey graduating early, and for some sad reason, everybody but her gets fucking wrecked.
Yes. Well, yeah.
And this is just like a thing that we've like settled on. Like, oh, like there's no reason that we should have gotten that destroyed.
It also shows why she
for,
graduated.
celebrating.
None of us have bachelors here in biomedical science.
Single degree at this
Biomedical
table.
science, for real.
Oh my gosh.
So this girl who not only gets her fucking bachelor's
There's like
degree,
10 college
but
credits here.
graduates early.
Yeah.
She has a celebration. We're all drinking together. She
DDs for her own party.
drives me home.
Yeah.
And fortunately, I'm only a far distance. I am out of the way, but I'm not too far of a distance.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I have like 5 roundabouts before I get to my house. And
The worst neighborhood I've ever driven
Yeah,
through
I hate
because
his
of that.
neighborhood.
I
Yeah.
have never hated these roundabouts more in my entire life than when Audrey was driving. And so what happened was we're driving around the first roundabout. Okay, go around it. She is zooming through these fucking
1,
roundabouts.
2, by 3.
By 3, I'm feeling sick. I'm already like...
It's funny because this story has half of my story and half of your story. Because Aiden goes, "Hey, Chris, my man, can I get the water, please?"
And so by roundabout 3, I'm already feeling like nauseous because of how I swear to God, I've never seen these roundabouts zoomed faster in my life. I drive these roundabouts every single day, so I get to the point where I'm zooming on them.
Yeah.
But I swear to God,
She's only done it like once or twice. Yeah.
her grandparents or something must live in roundabouts. Like she must be used.
She
to this.
turned off traction control and she was fucking flying.
She was flying through these roundabouts. I felt so uncomfortably sick.
And he's in the back seat.
I'm in the back seat, and I'm starting to like
Feel the gurgle.
Feel all
Got
of it.
the gurgles.
I'm on the 3rd roundabout. I'm starting to feel. I'm like, okay, I'm 2 roundabouts away. I just need to get home.
3 minutes.
One more roundabout. Cross that, no problem. We're on the last roundabout. We just have to make a right turn, and we're in
the green.
block, in the green. We make that said turnabout, and I'm like, I can't hold it back anymore. It's not staying in me. I can't wait. I can't wait to be alone.
The only way out is up.
The only way out is up. And I even know like I'm gonna feel amazing after this. Like,
Yeah.
After this vomit, I will probably be the best peak condition I've ever been.
I'll be an apex predator
And then
of physical prowess.
and we make that right turn, and we're on the street. We're on the street of my house, and I ask for the hydro flask because I know like I need water to help me get through this. I drink a little bit of water, and then I realize I waited a little bit too long.
That was the trigger.
Marcos saw the deep end coming up.
Yeah.
And I was like, I need to get off this before it starts to build.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I'm gonna address it now.
Keep in mind, we are on the street from my house. Like all I'm
We were,
waiting
like,
to
8
do
houses
is
away.
to get out of the car to vomit in my front yard.
we were, like,
That'll
8
do
houses
it.
away.
That'll do it.
So, yeah.
And then so I asked for said hydro flask, and the one that I got handed to me is of course Audrey's, who's driving.
I thought it was mine. I swear to God.
And so she hands it to me. I take a drink of water. And
Was this what I heard?
And then I realized that water only
Opened the floodgates.
only added to the tipping point. like if you can imagine the tip of the mountain, it's
was
not there
literally-
yet until the water gets added.
It was literally the straw that broke the camel's back.
Yeah, exactly. And so I'm holding this hydro flask, realizing that she's not going to stop for me in time, no matter what I ask for, no matter what is needed for me. And so what I do is I actually take another drink of the hydro flask and then vomit in said hydro flask.
Oh my God.
I'm so sorry for the audience. It is really disgusting. It is awful. And so I do end up vomiting in her hydro flask.
We should put a trigger warning
Yeah,
vomit
we'll do
in this
that.
Yeah,
episode.
please, thank
We'll
you.
do that.
And so what I do is I end up taking the hydro flask into my house, washing it out, and giving it to her clean.
I
right?
triple rinse that bitch.
Literally triple clean. What I don't know until like 2 to 3 months later is that she ended up having to get a completely brand new one.
She bought a new one like on the drive home.
On the drive
home
I
she bought a new
no-
one.
I had I was so I told her I was like I'm offended. Like tell me that it's ruined for you. Please let me know that I've ruined something that you enjoy.
Yeah, like if I'm liable,
Yeah.
directly
Please,
liable,
please.
I have no problem taking accountability
Yeah.
and buying you a new
When
one.
Josh popped the first volleyball that I had, I was like,
And so what happened was she got a new hydro flask, and months later I find out that said hydro flask is new, and it's not the same one that I vomited. And I'm like, so you're telling me because of the night that I experienced and we put you through and myself, you had to buy a whole new hydro flask, which is anywhere from like $60 up, like bare minimum. Like you're paying moolah, like that.
Yeah.
And
if you got the base and you got the top attachment, like the straw,
the extra attachment with the
Yeah, like
straw,
that's-
the sticky grip, so it
a
doesn't fall away.
kitted hydro flask is $60.
yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
And Audrey is not a woman who
Oh, no,
does
she
not,
does not go all the way.
That's
doesn't-
something she
yeah.
balls out on.
Yeah.
And so there was a few moments like for me it's like 3 to 4 weeks ago where we had that conversation, and I actually looked her dead in the eyes like, are you fucking serious? Like you got rid of that hydro flask? And then I immediately zelled her like for that hydro flask. I was like you gotta let me know. Like,
Yeah, that's cool.
That was a bad moment. Oh my goodness. So yeah, I am a mess and vomited in a hydro flask, but she still agrees with me. It's better to pay for a new hydro flask than a new interior cleaning.
Pay for detail.
Yeah.
Detail work.
Oh yeah.
'Cause she would have
No.
done. She
Oh
told
no,
me
no, she would have gotten the
there
deluxe
was-
premium. Yeah.
There was everything. I would have soon rather jam my fist in my throat than have any
On your
anything
car, on your new car.
No, anything in Hector's car.
Oh yeah.
No, it was literally just like a
Did you
hey.
drive the minivan?
I don't know.
It was
I couldn't fucking tell
it
you.
was like I kind of
No
was
memory.
I I was kind of dazing in and out, and I had already pounded literally half of those carne asada fries.
You want another one?
For any of those who don't know, go to anything ending in the suffix Birdos. Birdos is a suffix, by the way.
Yeah.
Adalbertos,
Yep, Filibertos,
stuff like that.
Robertos.
Boom,
There's
bam.
so many.
Yeah.
Right, one of those.
So many.
One of those. Any one of those places, order carne asada fries, usually $10, $11, $12, something like that off the tack. It's
So
big.
you punch pretty hard.
It comes in one of those black, closable
To-go containers.
To-go containers, and that's a lot of fry. That's a lot of everything that could be on there.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, I had Hector pull over. It's a beautiful gated community, turf, and the second that my hand, that was what I was feeling for, is how easy is this to cover up?
Yeah.
And I went turf. I was like, y'all are fucked.
Ew. That's so mean. It's impossible to cover it up.
That's their fault. What do you get a hose? You get a hose, you wash it on the street.
So, yeah.
I'm sorry to anybody who might have had to clean it up. That's totally
really
my
funny.
fault.
That's really funny.
But no, the fact that they had turf outside of
Yeah.
a neighborhood.
That's
first
really
of
funny.
all,
I literally had because for me I was like I was in the hash parking lot. And I was like, yeah, let me just let me swerve.
If I wasn't so close to home, I probably would have asked for the pullover. That's just the shame. Is
Yeah.
when you can imagine
If we had just pulled into the neighborhood as opposed to being almost home.
I
type of
was
thing.
still 3 miles away, where I
Yeah,
was like,
yeah, that's perfect.
that's not
That's
enough
perfect.
clearance.
But
I was
you
like,
knew,
it'd take
but
me
you were
5
able to say that.
That's what I'm saying. I was like, it would take me 5 minutes to clear this right now, and
Yeah.
then be
Dude.
asleep for the rest of it, and then for them to go do whatever.
I wasn't fortunate enough to know of that I was going to vomit either
Yeah.
way. Because for me, I was like, oh, I'm right here for home. Like if you
Man,
can
dude.
imagine like 5 houses on one street, I was on that street.
Yeah,
like I just needed to make it to the
Think
very
of-
end.
Viewer,
the last house.
Viewer, think of your house right now and think about 5 houses down. We were that far.
So close.
Yeah, it was
so
Tantalizingly close.
Less than 100 feet.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until the roundabouts that I felt the said sickness, that I felt being sick, and I was like, oh.
But yeah,
I can push
so this is the most 21, 22-year-old conversation ever, and thank you
I'm
guys for
glad-
it. So now I'm
That's
just
what we
going to
live
say,
for. 12-year-old Aiden's content.
collectively, this is going to be all of our 20 year from now memories. It's like,
yes.
yo, you guys remember 20 years
Yeah.
from now not being able to
Remember
hack
when we
it?
could drink that much?
Yeah.
This was the first time besides my birthday that I've thrown up
Yeah.
Oh, every
being
time.
out at night.
You don't go too far.
I think emo night was like
we were
the
gonna
first
do that.
night in a very, very long time where I didn't throw up after drinking.
That's tragic, but very cool. I love that.
Sky, I could tell Sky was not in for emo night. It
Yeah,
was not.
no, it was bad.
I
No,
was
okay,
doing,
no.
I was doing like
Damn.
4. I was in like 3 Pierce the Veil songs. Fucking like
Okay, no,
2
no.
Fall Out Boy.
Fallout Boy, and
Oh
I was
my
like,
God, yeah.
perfect. And I was like, this is all 90s music that gets
No,
played at
so-
my house.
Exactly.
So the
Or
second,
At that point, it's not even
work and,
emos. It's just like
And
the
then
normal
second
radio
I
music.
became drunk enough to enjoy it, we had to take Chris home.
Yeah, sorry. But yeah, anyway, the point of that whole thing was for me to be like, yeah, dude, blacking out sucks. And especially when I found out that everyone was like, no, dude, you were a great friend that night. Like, I'm actually grateful for
You weren't
having
bad.
there.
You were
No,
not
you
bad
were
at
really
all.
fun.
Hey, and
No,
that,
don't beat yourself up.
I know.
I'm
just
sorry.
Can't. I just can't. No, but like literally, like the thought of having to drink right now, like makes me sick. Like not because physically, but just because I'm like, I don't.
Are you not
So-
drinking tonight?
No, I'm literally not. No, I know.
What if we broke that by gaslighting you, and then just steadily
So
breaking down your mental?
yeah,
mental
just
barrier.
so
Let's do it.
I love
happening.
gaslighting people.
I had
Next
a weird.
episode, you should be drinking with y'all.
I had a weird conversation with someone. I talked to someone recently. We had a weird conversation where we were talking about they're like, yeah, sometimes I get angry versus like, yeah, I have anger issues. And that's where for me, I had the opposite where I was like, yeah, I like to drink, but at what point is drinking a problem? And that's how deep in my own head I got where I'm like, I don't have a drinking problem. Like, and if you do have a drinking problem and you need someone to talk to, find someone to talk to. Like, I'm not shitting on alcoholism or anything
No,
like that.
not at all.
And I feel that's what I'm saying. I feel like genuinely guilty when I'm like, fuck, dude. So like, first of all, I blacked out twice this year, and that's more than I blacked out all of last year.
Really?
Yeah. Or no, that's the same amount I blacked out
I was
all
about
of
to
last
say.
year.
I'm about to say.
The same. I blacked out twice last year, and I already have.
We had this conversation a little earlier. It takes me to a certain level to realize that I can get blackout.
Yeah.
Because for me, I actually didn't get my first comfortability of getting blackout drunk wasn't with the boys.
Yeah, it was with a different group
It,
of
it
people.
was
yeah.
literally with girls.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Like it wasn't until I'd gotten so blacked out
It's
so
just
many
not
times.
Fun. it's just not fun the next day. But yeah, no, and so like, and you know how shitty it is when like you have multiple people. It doesn't. Also, I'm gonna just throw in this caveat that my girlfriend was like very disappointed with me. Like she was she was very, very upset with me, which I get.
About a night that she wasn't there for.
She wasn't there for. No, just like finding out little details and like I shouldn't. First of all, I shouldn't have been as truthful. I guess maybe that's my bad.
No. I think the truthfulness and honesty comes and stems from how your parents taught you to react and speak.
Or the way I said,
I'm
like,
open. I'll say whatever.
The way I see it, that's how guilty I am about it. Like I do feel that. I want to tell you why I feel shitty about it. And she was just like, yeah. So she was just super disappointed in me. And like, that bummed me out too. But like when I have so many people being like, yeah, no, I think that just goes to show that you're like a good person. Because you're literally blackout drunk, like a hazard to society. And here you are opening doors for people and asking if people are having a nice night and making sure that everyone feels safe. Like you did that. And I'm like, how
do I feel?
I guess that's a good thing.
How do I walk away from that night?
Literally, I'm like, I guess that's a good thing. When you find out that someone is just gone from this plane of existence and they're still checking up on people and being like, hey, you okay? I just, like, and I don't know why. When I was getting told that, I was like, oh, that's good. And I'm like, damn, dude, I'm just so embarrassed.
So
like,
it wasn't bad?
Exactly. Like just finding out, it's just shitty.
It was no. It was everything.
Are you going to the bathroom?
No.
Okay.
No.
I was gonna say
everything worked out great because of the systems in place and the powers that be.
Yeah.
Shout out, major shout out to Hector.
Hector, yeah. Hector put the team on it. Hector will be. We should have Hector on in 2 weeks or whenever after Gavin and Brandon.
That'd be very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, and honestly though, I feel like you always have a habit of beating yourself up way too much in retrospect.
Yeah.
Because it's all these secondhand.
Dude, it's crazy.
When we tell you, these hiccups are gnarly.
Yeah.
They're going.
When we talk to you about these,
We need to do a vomit
like,
and hiccup trigger warning.
hiccup trigger warning.
For real.
If you get grossed up by hiccups, fight me.
Fight all of us. Barehanded.
I'll be extra burpy when we fight.
I'm a producer who fights.
That's fucking tough.
Oh,
I love that.
Could you imagine though, like the photo shoot while said fight is going on?
I love that. That'd be really funny.
we're at hour 50.
Yeah, let's start winding down.
Whoa, we made it longer this time.
Yeah, almost 2 hours.
That's crazy.
I don't have to work today,
That's
so it
so
makes
much
it nice
fun.
and easy.
None of
Yeah.
us.
I'm
none
about
of
Can
us.
we go again?
Can we go
I'm
again?
about to have a
Run it
cigar.
Sky and I get to go back on again. We've already called dibs.
But yeah, we should talk
Nice.
about this next episode or next solo episode.
What if we just had a ghost episode where neither of us were on, like me and you?
That would be-
weren't on, and then somebody else just ran the podcast.
That'd be really
for an
funny.
episode?
That'd be no.
we
I would.
introduce you as
Sky and
guests.
Aidan.
We introduce you as
Mine no.
guests.
No. I'd love to. I'd man the cameras even like and just
Interesting.
not be in it. I love that.
That'd be funny.
I love
I still
that.
have so many stories.
We'll have to get him on the next one. Is
Oh,
that,
yeah,
is that
yeah,
okay?
You
I'm
want me
sorry.
back?
There will be more.
Bucket list. I'm going to graffiti spray on a
Oh
train.
God damn it!
That's my
Okay,
bucket
saying.
list.
I get the last story. I get the last story. Haha.
Well, fuck you.
I got cooked. I got cooked the most this episode. Basically, I wanted, or, if you guys could think of something fast and cool, but basically, think of something that you do like that. Your line of work, Marco, is fixing technology.
Okay.
I don't know how to classify your line
Theater.
of work. Boom, theater and production. So my line of work is spraying for bugs. So I deal with a lot of nozzles. I deal with a lot of handles and delicate mechanisms.
Chris wants to eat the cream bee.
Yeah, that's my goal in life. But like there was a time a couple of months ago where I was spraying for bugs and there was a very particular rock formation and I only wanted to get the crevices because I didn't want to waste chemicals. But I was just like pulling back, adjusting the pressure. And then I was like, I had this moment where I'm like, whoa, dude, I would be so good at graffiti. I would be very, very good at graffiti. So I think about this audience member at home. Like if you are a tattoo artist, you'd be really good at like, I don't know, something, things like that where I'm like, try and think of it like you'd be really good at like building ships in a bottle. You ever think about that?
The finite dexterity of my hand.
Yeah, your hands being very small.
What did I say today? What did I say today that I was literally moving a crepe.
A crepe?
Oh,
Crepe.
yeah.
God damn it.
A crepe.
A crepe, he's trying to say. You fucking weirdo.
French people
Crepe.
don't pronounce it that way.
Crepe.
I hate crepes.
Yeah, whatever it is.
Craps.
Craps. I was moving one of
Strawberry
those.
craps.
I was moving those from like a plate to a box, and I was like, that could not have been achieved only not by the dexterity of my hand.
I like how you're saying it like you were drunk, but no, he was just like of another mind space. Where he's just like, if any other pair of hands even attempted such a dexterous and careful.
I said it like Severus
I
Snape.
would do it better.
I was like, if any other hands attempted to move
10
said
points.
object, they would fail. And
10
Sky was
points
like,
to Marcos.
Sky was like, yeah.
Yeah, I love that. So
yeah.
I don't know if like the reason why I put that in there is like, huh?
Building ships in a bottle.
Yeah, you would be really good at that because Marcos is dealing with incredibly
Precise- the
small,
precise word,
Yeah.
the precise word.
pins and all this other weird shit.
I believe it.
So,
I want
you
the
know-
first bottle.
Yeah, exactly. So that's kind of where my headspace is at. Was like I'm like spraying for bugs all day, and I'm like, fuck, dude. Like
Might
I have
try
a
that.
very, I have
Can
a
you
very
build a
good
strip
sense
club in a
of-
bottle?
Build a
Build
strip club in a bottle.
I'd buy that shit.
I'd buy the fuck out of that. All right, hell yeah.
Now we know.
I am ready to wrap up though. Fuck you guys. Thank you for coming on.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
We'll get
Now
you-
we can put the name behind the face. This is my beautiful girlfriend.
right here.
Not so.
It's me. I'm his girlfriend. It's me.
Yeah, this is my girl.
He's
This is my
pointing.
girlfriend.
Followed by my not so hot hiccups.
My girlfriend.
God.
My girlfriend's hotter than Sky's girlfriend. I say right here, Aidan.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, or I said Sky's
Expressing
girlfriend.
himself.
Yeah, fuck.
It was interesting. It was interesting.
Hell yeah.
My girlfriend is. I actually have two.
Huh?
You have girlfriends and wives.
Menage a
Oh yeah, I
trois?
have a girlfriend
Yeah.
and a wife.
Oh, I love
Oh.
that. But yeah, Sky, thank you. Genuinely, thank you for coming on.
No, I had so
Thank
much
you,
fun.
My boy, thank you for coming
Aiden,
on.
great to see you again.
Always
on the podcast.
We will be seeing these two again very soon. But yeah, thank you guys so much for joining us. This has been episode 61 of the Hispanic on Paper podcast. And thank you so much for tuning in.
Yes, follow us on YouTube, Instagram, rate us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, 5 stars, stuff like that.
At Hispanic on Paper podcast.
At
Yeah.
Hispanic on Paper Podcast, you can find us there. We are also podcast hosts. We're also podcast hosts who fight. So if at any point you want to try and you're within our weight class,
Yeah.
we'll try to figure it out.
If you're an average or maybe a not so good fighter, Marcos would happily be willing to throw
That's
hands
me.
And
with
if you are below,
yeah,
got
yeah.
you.
Anybody who is either female or femi, Sky, got you right there.
We're also
no,
just,
I fight men too.
we're also just waiting for enough bets for Marcos and Chris to fight.
No,
so
never
put your
gonna
bets
happen.
in.
Oh, geez. Never gonna happen.
I get slept.
No, I would not.
No, not.
I'd never fight the boys. But yeah, no. And if you're a great fighter or an above average fighter, I'm more than willing to throw hands with you. Maybe for charity or something like that. That'd be really funny.
That'd
Charity would be awesome to fight
I'd
for.
love
Doing
that.
those YouTuber boxer streams,
Yeah.
great.
Hell yeah. So yeah, thank you. Episode 61. Thank you guys so much. We'll catch you guys next week. My name is, or no, it's you first.
My name is Marcos.
My name is Kashi.
I'm Aiden.
Excuse me. And Sky.
Pull the Danny.
Fuck
I
that.
love it, guys. Have a great rest of your week.
Take care.
Bye-bye.